Welcome to Baseball Town, ladies and gentlemen, the home to your Reading Fightin Phils as they come off a big Wednesday at America's Classic Ballpark, a doubleheader sweep of the New Hampshire Fisher Cats in style, too. The first game, they won 11-10 in extras, walking it off against the Fisher Cats thanks to Ethan Wilson's line drive in right field that scored Johan Rojas. We got to go back. We can't forget about Kevin Vicuña tying it up in the bottom of the seventh. That even brought us into extras. The Fightin Phils 11 runs on 11 hits and perfect defense. Meanwhile, the Fisher Cats 10 runs on 10 hits. They made 5 errors. And then in game number 2, the Fightin Phils, they shut out the Fisher Cats, winning 4-0, limiting them to just 3 hits and a walk. Taylor Lehman, 2 perfect innings of work, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Andrew Baker looked exceptional, 2 innings of work and 2 strikeouts. He took the win on 26 pitches. Brett Schultz made his Double-A debut, 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and Andrew Schultz wrapped things up. And it was all really McCarthy. Tatum had a big 2-run scoring single in the 6th, and Carlos De La Cruz had the only home run for the Fightins. Getting ready to start here in Baseball Town today as the Fightin Phils take the field. It'll be lefty Josh Hendrickson who will get the start for Reading today. So we will throw it down there for the singing of the national anthem and then be back for first pitch in Baseball Town.
And now please welcome Nathan Fair, who will perform our national anthem. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's play some ball here in Baseball Town as we get ready to start game number 3 of the final 6-game homestand here at America's Classic Ballpark for the summer. Reading leads this series 2-0 after sweeping the doubleheader yesterday, 11-4, walking it off, 11-10, walking it off in the first game, and then 4-zip, shutting out the Fisher Cats in game number 2. Today we will see lefty Josh Hendrickson. He will go against righty Luis Quinones for the Fisher Cats, but Hendrickson on the bump first as the home team bats last here in Reading, Pennsylvania, and he'll be throwing to Herbert Iser back behind the plate. A little bit of a defensive shift going on for the Fightin Phils, and I kind of like it. Kevin Vicuña out in left field. Carlos De La Cruz, after getting his first game in center yesterday and playing well, will get the start in center today. Jalen Ortiz wrapping things up in right field. McCarthy Tatum over at the hot corner yesterday made an absolute web gem at third to rob an extra base hit, so he'll stay put at the hot corner. Jonathan Guzman and Wendell Rijo, your middle infielders, and Madison Stokes is over at first base. Fightin Phils will be wearing their throwback black R-Train jerseys today with the matching black R-Train cap and the home white pants. The Fisher Cats will go back to their red jersey tops and the gray pants and a different cap, a third cap navy, and a red brim with the Fisher Cats logo on the front. A beautiful picture-perfect day here in Reading, Pennsylvania. I mean, I don't think we could have literally asked for a better day. It's warm, but there's a nice breeze. It feels like those crisp dog days of summer. 76 degrees now, puffy clouds in the sky, and just a slight breeze that's moving that flag out in center field. Nothing that is really going to affect play as of yet, but we'll keep an eye on that as the sun begins to set. Leading things off for the Fisher Cats will be Cam Eden, as Davis Schneider got the promotion to AAA Buffalo today, so that is where he has gone off to. And in turn, they brought in a newbie who I do not believe is here as of yet. Sometimes, he's coming all the way from Florida, so sometimes their flights don't exactly align up for everyone to get in on time, but that's Angel Del Rosario, who will be an infielder, so he'll take over there. But Cam Eden leading things off today. John Aiello stays as the DH in the 2-hole. Addison Barger moves up a spot after a big grand slam yesterday, and Orelvis Martinez is cleaning things up. Josh Hendrickson in his second start here, coming off the 60-day injured list, joined the team back in Hartford and worked there. And now he comes home for the first pitch of this game outside, a ball at 6:48 p.m. And on the right side is Cam Eden. Pokes this foul back into the net behind home plate. 1-1. Ray Valero will be calling the balls and strikes today. Back behind the plate is the crew chief Mike Schnover. Shifts to third, and Evan Johnson is manning the first base territory. The southpaw comes home inside, this time fouled back 1-2. Shadows coming across the field already. We've probably got only about an hour of sunlight left as things are starting to set much quicker these days. So the home plate area and pretty much all of left field is in the shade right now, and it's Stokes and Ortiz that will have to deal with the sun for the longest amount of time. Eden gets just a little piece of it, 1-2. This is a ground ball to the shortstop, Jonathan Guzman, deep in the hole, fires to first. It's a bang-bang play, but it goes to the Fightins. Out number 1 for Josh Hendrickson, a perfect bullet from Jonathan Guzman at short, and there is out number 1 here for John Aiello. Aiello, another righty batter for the lefty to face the Fightins, throwing all 3 of their lefties in consecutive days. We saw Ethan Lindau in Game 1 yesterday, Taylor Lehman in Game 2, and now Hendo here in Game 3 as he tosses a ball inside. Maybe a little fire with the fireworks going on in center field. Behind the Jewish train sign, you see him toss on a little water. It smells a little steamy, but I don't see any problems. Ball and a strike. Tied up on an off-speed pitch, 1-2. 1 out in a scoreless first inning. Fightin' Phils got the first runs of both games in yesterday's contest, so they're looking for a clean frame out of Hendrickson here to start things off. The 1-2 inside again, and Aiello swings and misses. There is out number 1 here, or out number 2, strikeout number 1 for Josh Hendrickson, and 2 away in the first. So when Josh pitched against the Hartford Yard Goats, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. And they gave him 82 pitches, so we should see him be able to give us a full start here, especially after a bullpen game, much needed for the Fightin' Phils. Now we'll see the first lefty in Addison Barger, who takes a swinging strike. Barger got a hold of a grand slam off of Billy Sullivan yesterday, and he really took him deep to right field. He just came off the injured list as well. This is his first series back. Chases a ball down and away, 0-2. Barger calls time. 2 quick outs in the top of the first inning. Little bit of a shift from the infield here. Guzman shaded more towards second base. The 0-2 from Hendrickson, and he gets him to chase for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Josh Hendrickson, and he sets down the side in order. No score, bottom of the first. Here we come in Baseball Town. The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with its summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Golden Oaks is an award-winning high-end golf club that offers golfers a country club experience without country club prices. With 5 sets of tees, golfers of every skill level will enjoy their game. Golden Oaks has Bogey's Pub, a beautiful pro shop, driving range, and learning center that will make any visit complete. Golden Oaks Golf Club is the perfect venue for private events and golf outings. Visit us for our newly opened golf simulators, complete with its own bar area and Bogey's Pub menu items available. You can stay in our beautifully restored 1850s farmhouse and then play our award-winning championship golf course. Each room includes full amenities, cable television, and quaint rustic decor. While on the premises, visit Bogey's Pub for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing beverage. We're ready to serve you here at Golden Oaks and look forward to the 2022 season.
Back in the bottom of the first, scoreless in Baseball Town. Josh Hendrickson set down the side in order on 12 pitches. He struck out 2 for a dominant opening, and he'll send his team right up to bat, looking to get on the scoreboard first. It'll be McCarthy Tatum, Carlos De La Cruz, Wendell Rijo, and Jalen Ortiz cleaning things up today. Luis Quinones gets another start against the Fightin Phils. He had 2 in early August, and he'll be throwing to Carl Ellison, the former Phillies farm system catcher, back behind the plate. Quinones kicks and fires up and in to McCarthy Tatum, and he takes a ball out in left Cam Eden, and center Zach Cook, and a right Will Robertson. Elvis Martinez stays put at third, Addison Barger at short, Hugo Cardona at second, and Sebastian Espino at first base. Some high heat, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs that Tatum takes for a swinging strike, and the count evens at 1. You can see Sebastian Espino using his glove to try to block that sun over at first. That'll be in his way probably the rest of the inning and then gone for the game. Here's the 1-1. Foul down the first base side. He takes off for it right in front of the dugout sweep, but it ends up about 3 rows back. And it's just a long strike 2. First time in the leadoff spot for McCarthy Tatum this season here in Double-A, and got a promotion to us just about a month ago. Here's a 1-2. Lines this into left field. Eden coming in, and he makes an easy catch for out number 1. There was a good amount on that for Tatum, but it just hung up in the sky. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. And here is Carlos De La Cruz, who has been tearing things up. I mean, to the point where people are like, why is he not on the prospect list? Because that's how good he's looking. Leads the team with a .294 batting average. He hasn't been here for very long, but man, has he done so much for us in the past month or so. Takes the ball outside. Pop up, foul territory on the first base side. Carl Ellison is being called off by Espino, who makes the call coming in. A much easier catch, and that was really good communication by Espino. Loud and proud to call off his catcher. And here is Wendell Rijo with 2 away. Rijo's also been on fire in the last 10 games, batting .306. He'll come up with 2 quick outs here, trying to get something started for the Fightin' Phils. As Quinones kicks and fires on the outside corner for a called strike. So the last time we saw Luis was also here in Baseball Town. He had 2 starts against us. And didn't go super deep into those starts as the righty turns his full body and comes home outside 1-1. So the first start, 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. The second start, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. Both times he struck out 6 batters. Then he went deep into the game, pitch count-wise, 90s. And that's really his longest pitch count of the season as Rijo takes a swinging strike. And it's 1-2. No score, bottom of the first in Reading. Yesterday we kind of really saw a pitcher's duel through the first part of the second game. Then the Fightins got some runs late. That was all they needed for. Here's the 1-2, and Rijo takes a swinging strike on some high heat up and away for out number 3 of this first. And so both starters sit down the side in order. No score to the second we go in Baseball Town.
Roof Max of West Reading is a safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated and expensive asphalt roof replacement. Roof Max's revolutionary new technology uses natural, plant-based bio-oil to restore shingles' flexibility and instantly add 5 years of life to a roof. And treatment is around 20% of the cost of a complete roof replacement. From homes to commercial complexes, Roof Max of West Reading can help. Visit GetRoofMax.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
Into the top of the second scoreless, both starters sat down the side 1-2-3. Quinones 10 pitches, Hendrickson 12. And here is Relvis Martinez. He takes the first pitch ball from the lefty. Martinez, a good day at the plate yesterday. Error in the field that cost his team a run. He takes a called strike now at the knees. Josh started the season on the Double-A roster for the Fightin' Phils. This is rolled over down the third baseline foul. He was sent to the 60-day injured list on June 7th, but he actually was on the 7-day injured list back early in April, so he really wasn't here that long with us, and we're happy that he's back to end the season and add another starter to our rotation. Always in need of starters. Here's the 1-2. Dribbled back foul will go again. The sun is officially set over all parts of the field, so nothing to worry about now until we get to that twilight hour, and then, you'll have to worry about finding the ball in the sky. Lights are on at the ballpark here as the sun begins to set. The 1-2 outside, and the count will even. Hendrickson did come off the injured list, well, not off, but he started his rehab, on August 2nd, and pitching a little bit in the Complex League and Clearwater, and then in Jersey Shore as he tosses one below the knees. The count is now full. Scoreless here in the top of the second in America's Classic Ballpark. If Reading wins today, they'll at the very least be able to split this series with the Fisher Cats. Popped up down the first base side, but it's coming into the stands, and he'll keep his count. Meanwhile, the Fisher Cats have lost 10 straight, tracking back to a big series against the Portland Sea Dogs. The Fightin' Phils 28-31. They're looking to end the season, a little bit over 500 if they can. The Fisher Cats are 21-38. This is popped up in the infield, playable for Madison Stokes, and he makes it alongside the mound for out number 1. Hendrickson works a full count there, but on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, he comes away with the out. And here is Sebastian Espino. Little Thursday crowd here at the ballpark. Nobody out in the pool today. That's how you know summer's ending, when the pool is quiet. Definitely people in the 67 Club, though, and in that Power Alley pub down in left center. Hendrickson sees Sebastian Espino, who smokes one foul up the third base side, and has been a constant theme that everybody in the Fisher Cats bullpen, because the bullpens are on the field here in Reading, anytime there's one that's close to the line, they'll get up and they'll all point fair as the umpire points foul, no matter where it is, even if it's really foul. And I appreciate their commitment to the bit there. Coming set, Hendrickson. Now he takes a step back, and the lefty comes home outside. Off speed, gets a swinging strike. Down 0-2. This is chipped over to Jonathan Guzman on the run in, and a quick play over to first. He just beats out Sebastian Espino, who hustled out of the batter's box, but there is out number 2 here, and Hendrickson keeping it scoreless in the top of the second. Fightin' Phils have a big seating bowl that sends all the way from down the right field line to the left field line, and just by third is a big picnic group area. And then they've got a pool down the right field. Yes, an actual pool, as Hendrickson misses outside to the lefty with some picnic tables and a full buffet. And a big 4-level deck. This is fly ball out to center field. Carlos De La Cruz coming over to make the catch. And another 1-2-3 frame for Josh Hendrickson. And he gets the job done on just 9 pitches. Very quick, very efficient, and he sends his team back up to bat scoreless. Into the bottom of the second we go in Baseball Town.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
The time has come for businesses to grow, to prosper, to innovate, to succeed. Tompkins Vist Bank continues to be a leading lender to companies in southeastern Pennsylvania. We make decisions locally and invest locally so local businesses can thrive. Call a business advisor today and see how we can help your business grow. Tompkins Vist Bank, locally focused, a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jalen Ortiz to lead us off in the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless here in Baseball Town. Hendrickson been very efficient in his offerings so far today. Just 25 through 2 innings of work. Quinones, though, just 10 in the first inning, so we'll see how the second goes. As Ortiz, an open stance in the righty batter's box, chases a pitch downstairs, 1-1. Ortiz sitting at 98 total hits on the season. I'm looking forward to him reaching 100. It's obviously going to come. It's just when. is it going to come? Here's the 1-1 from Quinones. Slowly rolled foul into the dugout of the opponents, 1-2. Has not reached 100 hits in a season in his career, which spans back to 2016, so that'll be a major milestone for him. I love those milestones. I think we don't sell them enough. I don't think we celebrate them enough. It's such a big deal. 1-2 inside. It's so much harder than it looks. And, I was talking about, the effort that Wendell Rijo was putting in to steal more bases this season. In his 9th professional season, he's stolen way more than he's ever had, and he reached 100 career. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting a beat before he throws this offering is Quinones, and it misses outside, full count. Things of that nature, things somebody hit their 100th career. Oh, Josh Ockamy had his 100th career home run in AAA in the minor leagues. This is fun. It should be fun. Here's the payoff pitch inside, and Jalen Ortiz will take ball 4. And he will walk down to first. Here is Aldrum Corridor.
Smart Robotics joint replacement partner of minor league baseball will be donating $1 to Canines for Warriors, the nation's largest provider of service dogs to military veterans. To learn more, visit NACOSmartrobotics.com.
Designated hitter number 40, Aldrum Corridor.
Steps in on the left side. And he takes the ball inside Aldrum Corridor. Jalen Ortiz walked to reach out at first. And the Fightin' Phil's looking for the first run of the game and a scoreless bottom of the second. Outside. But a called strike, 1-1 with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Quinones going back and forth with kind of a slower delivery, hesitating, but out of the stretch now with a runner on first. Pitching solely with the glove at his waist and a kick, no windup, and he gets Corridor to chase. 1-2. Lights have come on here at the ballpark as the sun begins to set. We're going to see a beautiful cotton candy sky tonight, I think, as we finish up summer. Officially ending on September 21st. Just a couple of weeks. Here's the 1-2. Aldrum Corridor hits it into the shift, but it goes over the head of Cardona at second, and everybody is safe. Advancing over is Jalen Ortiz. Corridor reaches successfully. It just took a weird hop in front of his glove and went right over his head into the outfield. Yesterday in 2 games, the Fisher Cats made 6 total errors, which is the most that an opponent has made against the Fightin' Phils this season. And there's a runner on first and second as the Fightin' Phils get a hit from Aldrum Corridor to put 2 on and nobody out as Kevin Vicuña steps in the righty batter's box. He wants to lay down the bunt, just shift his runners over. Got a good runner in Ortiz at second. That was just smoked off the bat of Aldrum. Took a weird hop off the dirt. That's nothing Cardona can do about it. Vicuña looking to advance the runners. He pokes this down the right field line. Ortiz is being held up at third at the very last second by manager Sean Williams. He had to do everything in his power to stop his momentum. As Robertson in right field got it in very quick, and so the Fightin' Phils will have the bases loaded and nobody out with Herbert Iser up at the plate. Just so much off the bat there by Vicuña that I think it got to the right fielder quicker than Sean at third would have liked. He wanted to send his runner home, but, no outs, better hold him up. Ortiz at third, Corridor at second, and Vicuña at first after a walk and back-to-back hits. Quinones in a jam here as Herbert Iser steps in on the left side and takes a swinging strike. Now, Quinones much better against lefties than righties. Lefties bat just 167, righties bat 260. Oh, and 1 goes up the middle, takes a weird hop off of the rubber. Barger is going to try to make the play at second, but Kevin Vicuña gets there in time. No outs as Jalen Ortiz crosses for the first run of the game. That was high and up. Barger raced to the bag by Vicuña, who does slide in time. He went for the fielder's choice at second, but he doesn't get it. And Ortiz scores the first run of the game. And Reading has had 3 consecutive hits with the bases still loaded. Corridor at third, Vicuña at second, and Herbert Iser at first. And Madison Stokes is stepping into the righty batter's box. Ground ball right side. Cardona flips to second, on to first. Stokes can't run it out, a double play, but it does drive in a run as Aldrim Corridor comes home. And so the Fightins are up 2-0 here, but now there's 2 outs on the board. They do have a runner 90 feet from home in Kevin Vicuña as Jonathan Guzman comes up. 4-6-3 double play here. And here is Jonathan Guzman. He had a really important hit in the 8th inning that got the Fightins within 1 in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. He'll foul this back off of Quinones. Runner on third, 2 away. The Fightin Phils up 2-0 over the Fisher Cats. 3 hits for Reading. 2 hits, one of those a fielder's choice.
Everybody clap your hands.
Way up high, Guzzi takes 1-1. Big leg kick by Quinones, sent back, foul by Guzman. Vicuña, he is going on 2 outs. He's going on contact. He is almost halfway towards the plate here as he walks back. Third baseman Martinez playing way back, so not really keeping him on the bag. And if anything gets past Ellison at home, you know Vicuña is going to try to get there. Fightins up by 2, runner on third and 2 away. Here's a 1-2 to Guzman, and he is in front of the off-speed pitch for strike 3. So that will do it. The Fightin Phils 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk, and they lead for Josh Hendrickson as he races back to the mound. We'll go to the top of the third in Baseball Town.
When the Reading Fightin Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wild Missing Family Restaurant and Bakery, Squawk Cafe, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Nemo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, Jersey Mike's Subs, Klinger's on Cressonia, and Subway for making sure the Fightin Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The Reading Fightin Phils Birthday Party Package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightins birthday. The Fightins Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious...
into the top of the third, and the Fightin' Phils have taken a 2-run lead on 2 hits, and Josh Hendrickson will come out for another inning of work, seeing former teammate Carl Ellison. And I have a special guest with me on the air, Nan Parks, from the Outreach Coordinator at Berks Career and Technical Career Center. How are you?
Oh, it's a great night for baseball. I am thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Hendrickson misses outside 2-0. I don't think we have had a more perfect day. I mean, it just is stunning looking out here from the press box. Got a nice cotton candy sky going on in the background. Good crowd. Hendrickson comes outside 3-0 to start things off. So, why don't you tell me what you do at Berks Career and Technology Center?
I am the outreach coordinator. That means I get to go out to all the different schools in Berks County.
Here's the 3-0, foul back.
And share what we are doing at Berks Career and Technology Center. I always say it's one of the hidden gems in Berks County. Not a lot of students know about it, but it's an incredible place to get a great start in a career, in college credits, or the military.
3-1 is chased down and away, and Hendrickson, who was behind in this count, gets himself back in full. The Fightin' Phils up by 2. He's trying to keep that lead here in the top of the third. So you help, is it just students that you help, not just young students, but adult
and
students?
Parents, yes, students.
Big swing and a miss, and down goes Carl Ellison with the payoff pitch. Hendrickson gets a strikeout to start off the third here, his third so far today, and there's one away in the third for Zach Cook.
Yeah. So we serve high school students as well as adult students. So it's a great opportunity to start your career or come back to a career and change your career up if you're not happy with it.
So what kind of careers, what would you say most popular?
Oh, right now the most popular.
This is lined into right field. Racing in is Ortiz. He's going to let it hop in front of him. And there's a base hit, the first of the game for the Fisher Cats. A runner on and 1 out. Here's the number 9 hitter, Hugo Cardona.
For the adults, it's CDL driving. So all those big tractor trailers that moving across the state and the nation need drivers.
I feel like there's unlimited jobs for that.
Absolutely. So
that's
probably
a great job security, a great choice.
Absolutely. For high school students, it could range from anything from welding, which is very, very busy.
First pitch misses down and away. Ball 1.
To our cosmetology, to our engineering programs, and probably the secret one is our precision and computerized machining students. Very big need for that in Berks County.
Hendrickson's going to send this over to first, a pickoff attempt, but not too much of a lead being taken by Zach Cook.
You have to remember the biggest employer, one of the biggest ones, is DECA East Penn, who are always looking for machinists.
Right here, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The cool thing is what they
1-0 misses downstairs. Called strike of the knees.
What a lot of companies are finding is it's cheaper for them to make the tools and everything in-house versus sending it across.
Yeah.
So
that makes
really
sense.
Good.
Here's the 1-1. Fouled from the inside, 1 and 2. Runner on first and 1 away here. Top of the third, the Fightins lead by 2 over the Fisher Cats. So where are you guys located?
That's a great question. We actually have 2 campuses. Because we serve 16 school districts in Berks County, we have a campus in Leesport and in Ole.
Here's the 1-2, ground ball over to third. McCarthy Tatum, Wendell Rijo, and over to Madison Stokes. It's not in time, so they do get the force out at second. They get the leading runner in Zach Cook. That'll be a fielder's choice that allows Cardona to reach, so runner on, but 2 away as we go to the top of the order with Cam Eden. Wow, so 2 big campuses.
2 big campuses to serve all those students. Now, what I love about Berks Career and Technology Center is the fact that you can start earning college credits in 8 of our programs there. So some of our students walk out with a whole year.
First pitch outside to Eden.
Of college under their belt for free.
Wow.
I know.
People don't realize how insane that is. That's like...
I know. We have some of our engineering students who are starting Penn State as a sophomore.
Inside, 2-0. And you guys are actually doing an open house sometime soon, like you can tour the campus and meet the teachers?
Exactly. Coming up in November, Tuesday, November 1st, at our West Campus.
Hendrickson looks over, the run is going. A swing and a miss. Iser the throw down, the tag just a little bit late. He thought he had him, actually took to step towards the dugout. but it was a little bit lofted in the air. And so Cardona swipes second. He gets himself into scoring position, but Eden took a big swinging strike. He's 2-1 now with 2 outs on the board.
The other open house is going to be Wednesday, November 9th at the East Campus. Both are from 5:30 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. Great time for students to come out, bring their parents, and see what's going on.
2-1, just below the knees, 3-1. And so can you talk a little bit about how qualified, certified these teachers are that are going over the subjects?
Well, let me rephrase that. They're not teachers at BCTC. They're instructors.
Instructors. There we go.
For the reason they were in the industry first.
So they're actually professionals in their career.
These were the graphic artists of the world. These were the carpenters of the world, and they decided to come back and share their knowledge at BCTC.
So it's basically like getting on-the-job experience from people who actually have experienced it.
Exactly, with hands-on equipment that you will find the same
so you
equipment
can practice
in this.
right then and there. Runner going on to third. Iser, the throw, almost skips into the outfield. Tatum snags it out of the sky. Back-to-back stolen bases for Cardona, gets himself 90 feet from home. And it was on ball 4 that allowed Eden to reach. So runners on the corners here. A little bit of a traffic on the base pass for Josh Hendrickson. He's got a 2-run lead for the Fightins. He's looking to keep it going. He'll see John Aiello, who he got to strike out swinging with 2 outs and 2 runners on.
I do want to stress that if you're interested in coming to BCTC as a high school student, it is tuition free. So it is part of your free public education.
So are the classes, they would be after school, during school times?
It's during school.
Okay.
You would spend half of your time at your home school within your school district taking those core classes that you need to graduate high school, your English, your math, your phys ed. But the other half you get to spend at BCTC doing some...
Runner going at second. Iser is going to throw down. It skips right in the dirt in front of the bag, and Eden swipes second. So 3 stolen bases in this inning for the Fisher Cats, and this is how they're trying to drive in a run, playing a little small ball action. Cardona reached on a fielder's choice, and Eden walked. Now they have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. And the count to Aiello 2-0. The lefty gets a foul ball for a strike out of John.
The cool thing for high school students, they don't even realize that they are going to be spending their entire half day at BCTC in one program for all 3 years. So they really get a deep dive in that career and to see if they like it and see if they don't. It's a great way to try on something before they have to buy it and go to college.
That makes a lot of sense. Looking back at second, Hendrickson comes home inside 3-1, and he is in danger of loading the bases here with Cardona on third and Eden on second. The Fightin' Phils looking to keep their 2-run lead here in the top of the third. And unlike yesterday, this is a full 9-inning contest. Aiello takes an off-speed pitch back, and the count is now full.
One of the things I love that our students also do is have our restaurant. They have their own little restaurant, our culinary students run, where it's open to the public. Same for our cosmetology.
So there really is something for everybody there.
Absolutely. 35 programs, there definitely is something for everyone.
So you can come in, you can actually like experience this as a customer, eat, get your hair done.
Get your hair done.
Payoff pitch just misses the outside corner of the crowd. Not happy with Ray Valero's call back behind the plate. And something coming from the dugout there as well. And now Matt Hockenberry will take a visit to the mound as John Aiello is walked to load the bases. Eden on second and Cardona on third. He does have 2 outs. He's had 2 outs for quite a bit. He hasn't allowed any run. No damage is done yet, so he can still keep this a 2-run ball game for the Fightins. But it's Addison Barger who's coming to the plate, and yesterday Barger hit a grand slam off of Billy Sullivan, so trying not for history to repeat itself today.
Another thing I want to mention about Berks Career and Technology students is our students get to participate in clubs while they're at BCTC. They're competitive clubs through Skills USA, and they get to compete through the states, through nationwide, and we had 2 of our groups win nationwide contests this past summer. One of our masonry students came in 2nd place from Little Berks County here, so that was exciting for them. The other students, it was a group of business management and entrepreneur students who proposed a business plan, and they came in first.
That's really exciting. Hockenberry back in the dugout. Here is Addison Barger from the left side. The base is loaded. And 2 outs. Hendrickson trying to get out of this inning without any damage. And he takes a step off of the rubber looking at all these runners. Cardona on 3rd, Eden on 2nd, and Aiello on 1st. Southpaw matchup. This is corkscrew down the first base side foul. And I believe one of those winners, did they get to throw out the first pitch today?
That was Sam throwing out the
awesome.
first pitch tonight. Yes, we were excited for him. He's very humble when you ask him about his silver medal, but he earned that after his 2nd year at BCTC.
That's really impressive.
So he's got another year to master everything.
Here's the 0-1. This is a fly ball out to right field. Jalen Ortiz can't find it in the twilight, and it drops behind him. 2-run score as the ball comes in, and this game is tied up. And once again, Addison Barger gets the job done for the Fisher Cats here. And Ortiz could just not find that in the twilight. Just bounced way behind him. It has to go in as a double there because he didn't touch the baseball. And 2-run score for the Fisher Cats. We are all knotted up here as Aiello shifts to 3rd and Barger to 2nd. Still 2 outs on the board. Here is our Elvis Martinez.
Another great option our students have by the time they get to their 3rd year or their senior year is participate in co-op.
This is ripped down the left field line, luckily foul.
Co-op is cooperative education, which is really important for students to get out there, work with the business. Now, the one fun thing is they have to go to BCTC when they're on co-op 1 day a week. The other 4 days, instead of going to BCTC, they get to go out to work and earn a paycheck.
This is sent foul back into the roof, down 0-2. So you're actually getting job experience too.
Job experience, but still getting credit for being at BCTC and being part of your school, because on-the-job training counts as your training at Tech.
Hendrickson's got Martinez down 0-2, and it's dribbled foul. He'll get to keep his count. Both of these runners going on contact. Both teams now 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors on either side here. We're only in the top of the 3rd inning.
Another program I wanted to tell you about is our welding program. We were thrilled to expand our welding program to we actually built a whole new building because there's such an incredible demand for it. So we doubled the size of it for students because we recognize that industries need it, from the highest of high skyscrapers.
So you would say you're a growing program then?
Very much so.
That's
very
awesome to
much
hear.
so.
2 on, 2 out here. Hendrickson trying to get out of a jam. Here's the 1-2 ground ball up the middle, playable for Wendell Rijo at 2nd on to 1st, and that will end the inning. But 2-run score on a double by Addison Barger, and we are all knotted up. The Fightins turn to bat in the bottom of the 3rd, and a big thank you to Nan for joining us.
Thank you.
McCarthy Tatum will lead us off in the bottom of the third inning. Both teams 2 hits on 2 runs. And we're kind of right back where we started. And the top of the order for the Fightin' Phils here against Luis Quinones. And Tatum takes a first pitch in for a strike and then a ball outside, 1-1. Tatum lined out to left his first time up. Looking just for a leadoff base runner. Everybody represents the go-ahead run. He lines this deep to right field. Robertson back. It bounces over his head. Hustling for second is McCarthy Tatum. A stand-up double to right field. And Robertson did everything he could to get back there in time, but it just shot over his head and right. Really backtracking, stuck his glove out for dear life, and he just couldn't come up with the baseball. And so the Fightin' Phils get their go-ahead runner in a leadoff double out in scoring position, and here is Carlos De La Cruz looking to drive him in. De La Cruz takes a called strike, popped up in foul territory his first time up. Tatum shuffles off the bag at second. He's got some pretty good speed on it. 2 stolen bases for the Fightin' since his call up. Looking back at second is Quinones. Out of the stretch here, the 1-1. Sharply grounded to third. Martinez will make the play over to first, but he does bring McCarthy Tatum 90 feet from home, so a productive sort of out. And with the one away, Wendell Rijo has a chance to drive in the go-ahead run for the Fightins here. Infield in, they're going to play on that grass edge as Rijo takes a swinging strike. He struck out his first time up. The righty Quinones up to 36 pitches here in the bottom of the third. We're all tied up at 2, but the Fightin' Phils threatening. Tatum shuffles off the bag at third. A big deep breath by Quinones, and Rijo takes one up at the letters, the count evening. Just needs to put the ball deep enough into the outfield that Tatum can come home. This is kind of a team at bat here for Wendell Rijo. Here's a 1-1. Swinging strike, down 1-2. Quinones barely stepping off that rubber on the third side. Waiting for Rijo to get back in. Jiggling the bat on his right shoulder. A ball and 2 strikes. Hits at the outside corner, a called strike 3. And there is the third punch out of this game for Quinones as he puts out number 2 on the board. The Fightin' Phils trying not to waste a leadoff double. They'll have Jalen Ortiz up here with McCarthy Tatum out at third in a tied 2-2 ball game. There's a ball down and away. Jalen walked and scored a run back in the second inning. Open stance, his left foot back further from the plate than his right foot is. Now he comes set and drives this deep to right center field. Robertson back at the track, at the wall, and he can't make the catch. Jalen hustles for 2. Now he's going for 3. He races over and dives right into the glove of Martinez, and he is knocked down and is down on the ground at the bag. He does bring in a run, so the Fightin' Phils lead 3-2 as McCarthy Tatum, who is going on contact, races home. And you have to give Jalen all the credit in the world for hustling. He hung that over the plate. That was a couple feet from the fence. And again, Robertson trying to make a good play. It bounces off the wall. Cook fires it back, and he hits the cutoff man over to Martinez, but Jalen just ran right into his glove, and it took the wind out of him. So now they bring out the trainer, Andy Dodson, here, and Dottie's going to go back in. I think it just, took his breath away really quick. He seems okay as he gets back up. He gets the cheers of the crowd because he just drove in the go-ahead run. It's Reading 3 and the Fisher Cats 2. And I would think he gets a triple there. His first of the season. Heck yeah, that's hit number 99 for Jalen Ortiz. And now he is 1 away from 100. Here's Aldrum Corridor with a runner on 3rd and 2 outs. Takes a called strike of the knees. He singled and came home on Herbert Iser's hit earlier. Fightin' Phil's up now by 1 and looking to be by more. This goes up the middle, but Barger is there with the shift on, and that will end the inning. But Jalen Ortiz triples home. McCarthy Tatum, the extra base hits, get the job done in the 3rd, and immediately the Fightin' Phil's back on top 3-2. So Josh Hendrickson has a little bit of wiggle room again as the Fightin' Phils get up 3-2 on a Jalen Ortiz triple that brings home Tatum, who doubled to reach. And immediately, Sebastian Espino smokes one out to left field, and it's way over the fence, and we're back tied at 3. A solo shot by Sebastian Espino to lead off the 4th inning. And that is his 14th bomb of the season. It's 3-3. Man, these teams are battling today. That lead change is a lot here early on.
Right fielder number 19, Will Robertson.
And here is Will Robertson as Hendrickson looks for the first out here of the 4th. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Fisher Cats, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Fightins every time they get out in front. New Hampshire's like, no, we're back in it. Here's Robertson, takes the first pitch strike. Now he chases an off-speed pitch upstairs, down 0-2. Both pitchers quiet first inning, and since then the game is quite quick first inning. The game has changed a lot. Ground ball up the middle. Jonathan Guzman ranges over and smokes a ball to first. Good coverage by the shortstop. He covered a lot of ground, actually getting himself to the right side of second. And there is one away for Carl Ellison. Let's check with the Phillies. They are wrapping things up against the Marlins after taking back-to-back nights. They're down 3-0 in the bottom of the third. A couple of home runs by Miami. Kyle Gibson getting tied up a little bit early. Not a lot of Major League games going on today, just 7. There's a first pitch strike to Carl Ellison. Ellison takes a swinging strike, down 0-2. Lehigh Valley playing against the Worcester Red Sox. And there's a swinging strike 3 for Ellison. So on 3 quick pitches, Hendrickson picks up out number 2 here in the 4th. Zach Cook will come up. A leadoff home run from Sebastian Espino. Tied up this game at 3 apiece, and here is Zach Cook with 2 outs as Hendrickson hits the inside corner. So the Iron Pigs playing in a doubleheader today since they were rained out on Labor Day. They took the first game 5-1. Derek Hall hit a long ball, a home run, to help them seal that victory as Cook sends this foul for a strike. Sir Anthony Dominguez pitching in relief there in rehab. 1 inning of work he walked 2, and he struck out 1. They gave him 15 pitches for a scoreless frame. Here's the 0-2 by Hendrickson. This is poked off the bat down the third base side, and Zach Cook is hustling for 2. A good throw in by Kevin Vicuña, and they've got him. Tried to turn a single into a double, and an outfield assist by Kevin Vicuña in left field ended the frame, and a solo shot by Sebastian Espino does tie us up at 3. So here we go on to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Fightin' Phil's turn to bat.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Pelletin can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Pelletin for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Pelletin is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2022 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are healthy, safe, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community for animals anywhere by visiting humanepa.org.
This is the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor coming to you from the radio booth. When I need to get somewhere in a hurry and the ostrich isn't cutting it, I hop on my Harley Davidson from Classic Harley Davidson. It's your one-stop shop for all your Harley needs. They have everything you need from boots, jackets, t-shirts, gloves, mugs, and oh yeah, they have a great selection of bikes too, which are almost as good on gas as an ostrich. Go to Classic Harley Davidson for everything Harley Davidson, and I'll see you at Harley Night.
Well, Kevin Vicuña, who recorded the outfield assist to end the top of the 4th, will come in here to lead us off in the bottom half. We're again tied at 3 apiece after Espino's solo shot in the top half. And so Reading will look to break that here. Everybody that comes up will be the go-ahead run. Kevin's been on a tear a little bit, but he grounds the first pitch over to Addison Barger on to first. And there is one away on 1 pitch for Luis Quinones. Here is Herbert Iser. Iser grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, but does get credit for the RBI that drove in a run back in the second inning. Quinones misses outside for ball one, up to 45 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A little bit of a shift on the lefty catcher here. Fly ball down the left field side. It's in foul territory. Martinez covering some ground, but it ends up on the ramp up to the left field general admission grandstand and can't make a play. So it's just a long strike. Quinones, a big leg kick, the 1-1 again popped foul, this time a little bit more obviously. One ball, two strikes to Herbert Iser, and he chases a breaking ball down and away for out number 2 here in the fourth. Strikeout number 4 for Luis Quinones. And here is Madison Stokes looking to keep this inning rolling. Country Day here, not exactly, but for the players, it's a theme day for them as their walk-up song. So here for a good time is Madison Stokes as he steps in. There's a couple other really good, actually liked all of them. Yesterday was 70s. That was their theme for the walk-up songs, and it ended up being really fun, and it worked out for them offensively. A little magic there. Stokes takes a strike at the knees. Rounded into a double play his first time up. But there's some other good ones on. I was talking about Aldrum Corridor being Red Solo Cup. Jonathan Guzman, You Proof. Really good options here by the good picks. Good picks. Here's a 1-1. In for a called strike. Stokes thought it was inside. He kind of moved his body to get out of the way, but it's 1-2. The sun completely set at the ballpark here. Baseball under the lights. Our final Thursday night game at America's Classic Ballpark. Up and away. 2-2. Down in the dirt, he holds off, and he works a full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Both teams, 3 runs on 4 hits. But it's been an interesting ride on either side, how they've gotten the job done. With 2 outs on the board, the payoff pitch to Madison Stokes, and he strikes out swinging to end the frame. So, on to the 5th we go, tied at 3.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Josh Hendrickson will enter here for the top of the 5th inning, looking to keep this ball game tied at 3 apiece. Both pitchers have allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. Hendrickson up to 65 offerings, Quinones 54 as we enter the 5th inning. He'll see the number 9 hitter Hugo Cardona and top of the order Eden and Aiello as Cardona takes a swinging strike. The Fisher Cats scoring their runs on a Addison Barger double with the bases loaded and a solo shot by Sebastian Espino in the 4th. Hendo gets a foul ball back 0-2. The Fightin' Phils put up 2 runs on the 2nd on hits by Corridor and Vicuña. Iser got an RBI for his fielder's choice. And in the 3rd inning, a triple by Jalen Ortiz brought in McCarthy Tatum. And I think Hugo Cardona got a piece of that with his finger, maybe taking a minute to breathe it out. Squatting back in foul territory. And now he'll step back in the righty batter's box. Oh, 2. Joss misses on the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 poked off the end of the bat, foul. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Noah Skiro making his AAA debut yesterday. 6 shutout innings, just 3 hits. That's it, up in AAA. That's a heck of a way to get a start in for the Iron Pigs. Griff McGarry also making his debut. He allowed 3 runs on 2 hits. This is golfed into center field. De La Cruz coming over. He calls off Ortiz, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And to the top of the order we go with Cam Eden. The Phillies pick up a run here against the Marlins. So now they are down 3-1 heading into the bottom of the 4th. It's Nick Maton, his 3rd home run in the season for the Phillies. And hopefully they can bring some more offense out at CBP in front of a home crowd in a hunt for Red October. Eden takes a ball outside, not getting those calls on the outside corner from Ray Valera. Iron Pigs just starting their 2nd game of the doubleheader after taking the 1st over Worcester. They're hanging in there for a playoff spot. There's another ball to Cam Eden. He's up 2-0. Lefty on righty matchup as Hendrickson gets him to chase on the outside corner, 2-1, and now there is somebody getting up in the Fisher Cats bullpen. Nobody throwing, but there is somebody up. Jersey Shore leading 2-0 against Aberdeen. They're in the bottom of the 4th out at Shoretown Ballpark. A Rickson Wingrove 2-run home run for his 11th of the season. And Kyle Goglowski on the bump for the Fisher Cats. 3-1, shot foul into the netting above the plaza. It'll be a full count here for Josh Hendrickson. And now the Fightins have Mike Adams warming in the bullpen here. He's just starting, so it'll take some time. Hendrickson nearing 80 offerings. Tied ball game at 3 here in the top of the 5th. The payoff pitch sent back sharply foul into the stands. Bounces down a bunch of rows. There's a hunt for this foul ball. Big group of people sitting in the stands right there. Here's the payoff pitch again, and it is a called strike 3 right at the knees. And man, did Cam Eden know it. Immediately turned around and ran back to the dugout. as Hendrickson catches him looking. Out number 2 in the 5th. Here's John Aiello. Walked and struck out in the contest so far today. Clearwater was rained out. They pushed that game to tomorrow, scheduled a doubleheader. This is popped up right side of the infield. Wendell Rijo calling everybody off. He'll make the catch, I think, on a splintered bat pop-up in a 1-2-3 inning. For Josh Hendrickson, sits down the side in order. He keeps this tied ball game at 3. And so on to the bottom half we go. The Fightins turn to bat.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Berks Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Berks Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Lidl is a normal grocery store with aisles and shelves and high-quality groceries, but only Lidl has really low prices, like so low they're too good to be true. But true. Lidl, suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Number 4, Jonathan Guzman.
1-2-3 inning for Hendo in the top of the 5th, so he keeps a 3-3 tie going into the bottom half, and the Fightins will look to break that. They'll send Jonathan Guzman up to start it off. McCarthy, Tatum, and Carlos De La Cruz also due up in this frame as Luis Quinones stays out in this game. 54 pitches under his belt, both starters allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. Guzzi sends this back foul. He struck out so far in today's contest, but he's made quite a number of good plays over at short. Takes the ball outside. 1-1. Just 3 more games left here at America's Classic Ballpark and 9 total on the season. Can't even believe how fast it is coming. 1-1, Guzman chases down in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes here from Quinones. And Jonathan gets a piece of it to stay alive. One, 2 again, up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There was a couple of people standing in the Fisher Cats bullpen. Now there is nobody. Quinones has gone into the 90s before. We'll see how long they leave him out. The 2-2 to Guzman. Ground ball up the middle. Cardona makes a sliding play over to first, and he throws it way away. And Guzman dove in head first. I think it would have been safe either way. And we'll have to see what it's scored as, but I think hit there for Jonathan Guzman. He threw his body into the bag there trying to get there in time, and they do give it a hit on the scoreboard. So the Fightin Phils get the go-ahead runner out on first. the top of the order due up here. They're trying to break a 3-3 tie at the midway point in this ball game. Save a horse, ride a cowboy for McCarthy Tatum as he steps into the righty batter's box. A big double in the third, was able to come home on Ortiz's triple. Guzman takes a good lead out at first, shuffling off the bag. McCarthy sends this out to right field. Robertson finding it in the darkness, and now he makes the catch, one away.
Please welcome our final junior PA announcer, Haley.
Here's Carlos De La Cruz, who's 0 for 2 today, a pop-up in foul territory and a ground out, but looking to move this runner over here if he can. De La takes a called strike on the outside corner. Yesterday had an absolute moonshot. Probably still going out there to left center field. Runner on first, one away. Trying to break this tie inside to De La. He's able to get out of the way in time. Bat on his shoulder for Carlos as he waits for Quiñones. And instead he goes over to first. Diving back in time is Guzman. And De La doesn't even see a pitch there. 1-1. Still the count here with one out on the board in the bottom of the fifth. So he keeps the bat on his shoulder until Quiñones starts his motion home. And that's kind of when he springboards. Runner going, the ball is upstairs and the throw is no good. And Jonathan Guzman snags his 9th bag of the season and he gets himself into scoring position, which could be ever the more important here. With Carlos De La Cruz up, you can score on a single from second, especially a guy with speed like Jonathan Guzman. And that's what they're thinking here now as Cardona at second comes very close to the bag. A lot of space, the right side for De La Cruz. 2 balls and a strike. Inside again, 3-1. And the heart of Reading's order coming up here. Rijo in the on-deck circle and Ortiz back in the hole. Off the end of the bat, right back to the pitcher. He can't pick it up out of the dirt, and De La runs it out at first, no throw. He just couldn't find it down in the dirt. It came right back to him. He knocked it down with his glove, but he didn't look at the ground. He kept looking at the runner, and so he couldn't get his hand on it. De La was trying to check his swing. He didn't even want to stop it. He kept looking at the runner, and he didn't pick up the ball at all. And now the Fightins have runners on the corners with just one out. Sloppy defense by the Fisher Cats in this series as they get their first error of the game on the pitcher. And Jonathan Guzman heads up running, took off for third. Runners on the corners here from Wendell Rijo. Tied at 3, but hopefully not for long. Way outside, Ortiz kind of even stepped out of the batter's box there. Was the time called and granted before that pitch? Guzman on third, De La Cruz on first. Just one out here. Rijo takes the ball down below the knees. 1-0 as he got that time granted to him before the last offering. De La's getting some information from Mike Jones at first, the first base coach. I think he's going to try to take off. You don't always see a throw down with a runner on third, especially in this scenario, the go-ahead runner. And he's got some speed. He's going to try to break up the double play ball as Rijo takes a called strike down the middle. Well, we'll see what happens. De La Cruz has 1 stolen base in 1 attempt here for the Fightin' Phils. they've been aggressive in the second half, and I honestly think it has paid off. Not just in stolen bases, but taking extra bags on hits, on other people's hits. Here's a 1-1, a hefty swinging strike on a breaking ball by Quiñones. 1-2 as he reaches 70 offerings. Runners on the corners, 1 away in a 3-3 ball game. Time is called. Ellison takes off his mask here for a second. And I think the umpires here are frustrated with the Fisher Cats coaching staff. Cesar Martin coming out here. Whatever they say, it's very quick. He heads back. Ellison still arguing with Ray Valero back behind the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes here to Wendell Rijo with 1 out on the board. And Ellison doesn't have his mask on yet. Now Evan Johnson is coming in from first as Rijo is getting in on this. Cesar coming out. All the umpires are meeting. A lot of meeting between the umpires. They can never make a solo decision. The crew chief is Michael Snover, who was at third. He was never even a part of this conversation. Martin has gone back in. Ellison and Rijo were chatting about something. I don't know if it seems heated. And they're saying something about Rijo. And now they're calling him out. Rijo arguing here with Valero. And they're calling him out there as Sean is arguing with Michael Snover. Was that his second step out of the at-bat? Is that what they're saying? Because you can only have 2 and the pitcher can only have 2. And he was saying that was my second. And now Jalen is up in there too. He's not saying anything, probably trying to make sure Wendell doesn't get himself tossed here. Because Wendell's still arguing. Sean is talking to Snover at third. And that's what they're saying. Automatic strike. And so Rijo is out, and the crowd is booing these umpires for the second night in a row. Sean is frustrated here with Michael Snover at third. Obviously, he's not going to get what he wants.
Right fielder number 13, Jalen.
And there is out number 2 here as Jalen Ortiz comes up. And Rijo technically striking out for the 3rd time today. Runners on the corners. Fightin' Phils and Fisher Cats are tied at 3 in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs now. Can't let this opportunity pass them by. Ortiz goes up the middle with it, and that's going to drive in the go-ahead run as Guzman scores easily an RBI single from Jalen Ortiz, his 100th hit of the season. An RBI single. Gets a standing ovation from the crowd here as he moves De La Cruz to second. The Fightin' Phils are up 4-3. Solid one to have 100 on. So the inning continues with 2 outs. Aldrum Corridor slices his foul down the left field side. 2 on and 2 out. The Fightin's up 4-3. Mike Adams has been warming up for a half hour, I think, down and right, but I'm sure he doesn't mind waiting if the Fightin' Phils can tack on a couple extra runs. Corridor takes a ball down in the dirt. Ellison does a good body block to keep it in front of him. A ball and a strike here to Aldrum Corridor. And he takes a hefty swing. 1-2. 1 for 2 today, Aldrum, but he leads the team in RBIs with 66. Although Jalen Ortiz is giving him a run for his money. He's at 58 now with 2 here in this frame. Aldrum's got 2 on and 2 out. Trying to keep this inning alive. Bottom 5, the Fightin's up by 1 now. Sliced foul once again. Looks back at second. Here's the 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to keep us alive here. Kevin Bacuna waiting in the on-deck circle. This started off with a leadoff single by Jonathan Guzman as he dove headfirst into first base, but he didn't end up having to. He didn't end up needing to because he would have been safe there. An error allowed Carlos De La Cruz to reach, and Jalen Ortiz singled up to middle to drive in the go-ahead run. Now there's 2 on and 2 out for Corridor, who takes the ball down in the dirt. Full count. Quinones reaching 75 offerings. They're going to send somebody out to their bullpen to warm up. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Fightins, 3 runs on 4 hits, and an error for the Fisher Cats here at the midway point of this ball game. De La on second, Ortiz on first, 2 outs, and the payoff pitch to Aldrum is sent foul down the left field line, and the runners who were going with 2 outs are going to have to go back. Slice down the left field line right to the bullpen. And their bullpen guy gets a glove on it, gets the cheers of the crowd. Actually kind of funny. It doesn't mean anything. It just means his left fielder doesn't have to go chase it. Stop his pitcher from getting hit. That's what they do. They always have somebody paying attention outside. Two on, 2 out. Aldrum Corridor up at the plate here. The Fightin' Phils up by 1. Quinones looks back at second. Runners going, the payoff pitch. Dribbled foul down the first base side, and Corridor is fighting here. That was pitch number 9, so we'll see at least 10. De La Cruz on second, Jalen Ortiz at first. Reading has taken a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th, looking to keep the inning alive with 2 outs. And Aldrum Corridor with a full count. Sent foul as he gets a piece of it. Offering number 11 impending. Once again, 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. The payoff pitch to Aldrum Corridor, and he strikes out singing. Quinones wins the battle there as Corridor ends the frame. But an RBI single by Jalen Ortiz comes up with a run. The Fightin's up 4-3. To the 6th we go in Baseball Town. Well, the Fightin' Phils pick up the go-ahead run off the bat of Jalen Ortiz. And it's 4-3 Reading as we enter the top of the 6th inning. Mike Adams will come out of the bullpen for the Fightin' Phils. And he will see Addison Barger, Orelvis Martinez, and Sebastian Espino and look to keep this lead for the Fightin' Phils, as Hendrickson's day is done after 5 innings of work. First pitch right at the knees, a called strike for Mike Adams. 5 innings for Josh Henderson, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on 78 offerings. Now pass the ball to a righty here for the lefty Addison Barger. Skies this into right center field, racing over Jalen Ortiz. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Picks it up, sends it sharply back in. But a stand-up double from Addison Barger starts off this inning, his second double of the game. Had a big 2-run one back in the third.
Third baseman number 11, Orelvis Martinez.
Every time Reading takes the lead, the Fisher Cats are right there to at least tie it up. We'll see if they can hold on for at least a half inning. Phillies having the same problem. In the reverse a little bit. Every time they gain some ground on the Marlins, they come back and they take another run. So Bryson Stott and JT Realmuto drove in some runs back in the 4th inning, and then immediately in the top of the 5th, Joey Wendell homer, and the Marlins up 4-3 over the Phillies in the bottom of the 5th. This is a wild pitch that gets past Herbert Iser, and off to third is Addison Barger. Now they've got that tying run at third base. And Martinez ahead in the count, 2-0. So we'll see if the infield comes in here. I think they would. With no outs on the board, they'll try to go for that play at the plate if they can get it. Ground ball over to Jonathan Guzman. He holds on to it long enough and takes a look at Addison Barger at third. You're not coming home. And then he sends it to first and gets the out. There's one.
First baseman number 9, Sebastian Espino.
Here's Sebastian Espino in on the right side with the tying run at third. Infield's going to stay in with just 1 out on the board. This is smoked off the bag of third. Tatum can't get a glove on it, and trotting home is Barger. Tied at 4. A double for Sebastian Espino. 2 doubles in this frame. Brings in a run, and we're back where we started. Tied up at 4 with the go-ahead run out on second, and 1 away for Will Robertson. 4 runs on 6 hits, again for both teams, but the Fisher Cats have made 1 error in the field. This is a fly ball deep to left, but it ropes foul for a long strike. Fan makes a great catch in the stands, and it's 1-1. Iron Pigs won the first game of their doubleheader. Now they're trailing by 1 against Worcester in the top of the 3rd. Jack Perkins, the former Fightin, is on the rubber. Robertson chases down in the dirt, 1-2. Jersey Shore up 2-0 on Aberdeen in the bottom of the 6th at Shoretown Ballpark, and Clearwater rained out tonight. Adams looks back at second. Now he comes home just at the knees. A called strike 3, and Robertson caught looking for out number 2 here. And here's Carl Ellison with a runner in scoring position. Ellison a pair of strikeouts tonight. They'll have Sebastian Espino out at second. Four runs on 6 hits In the top of the 6th inning, this is spliced right to Madison Stokes at first. Breaking his bat is Carl Ellison, but that will end the frame. They do get a run. Doubles from Barger and Espino make it 4-4 as we enter the bottom of the 6th. And once again, Reading will be looking for that go-ahead run.
K Pool and Spa offers a variety of expert services for both in and above ground pools and hot tubs. They provide the service for Pool Pavilion at the FirstEnergy Stadium and keep it clean and maintained throughout the entire season. Based in Reading, Pennsylvania, they've been family owned and operated for 40 years. Turn to K Pool and Spa for the best value and professional service.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider for the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots all 33 fireworks shows throughout the R-Phils season, including 6 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a retail store in nearby Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
And the Funland now to be change-up. Now coming into the game for the Alberta University Golden Wolves bullpen. Fisher Cat pitching number 30. Joel Concepcion.
Joel Concepcion comes out of the bullpen here in favor of Luis Quinones. So both starters will be taken out after the 5th inning, tied at 4. And the Fightin Phils will be up to bat looking to break that tie. They'll send up Kevin Vicuña, Herbert Iser, and Madison Stokes. Quinones finishes 5 innings of work, 6 hits, 4 runs. Only 3 of them are earned, walking 1 and striking out 7 on 81 offerings. First appearance of the series for Concepcion as he gets a ball to Kevin Vicuña. Kevin's 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 2nd. Has an outfield assist and left though. Save the Fightin Phils a run. Sends this foul into section 2, or is it going to hit the roof? No, comes into the stands. Someone's there to get it. Back foul again, this time to the backstop, and Vicuña down in the count here, 1 and 2. Glove at the waist out of the stretch only, and Vicuña chases a 95-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs for out number 1 here in the 6th. Herbert Iser heads up to the left side here against the righty. Joel, just 23 years old, out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. First season in AA after being signed as a free agent in 2016 by the Blue Jays system. Pretty tall out there, 6'5". First pitch ball to Iser, 1-0. There's a called strike as he goes off speed. Alec Boehm triples, scoring 2 runs for the Phillies. Just got that notification, and they take a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Brought in Schwarber and Hoskins, and now there's a runner on third for Bryce Harper. Here's a strike to Herbert Iser. It's been back and forth this entire game. The Fightin Phils have never trailed, but they've been close. They started off with 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd, And the Fisher Cats tied it up in the top of the third as Iser takes a ball outside. Then Reading got the lead back in the bottom half, so it was 3-2 after 3. In the top of the fourth, the Fisher Cats strike again, tying us up at 3. And Iser strikes out swinging upstairs, 94. Back-to-back punch-outs for Concepcion. There's 2 away. Top of the fourth, the Fisher Cats made it 3-3. In the bottom of the fifth, Reading put a run on the board and took a 4-3 lead. And the top of the sixth, the Fisher Cats made it 4-4. So we've had a run in every frame since a clean first inning. Both starters set down the side 1-2-3 on 10 and 12 pitches. And since then, it's gone awry. There's a ball inside to Madison Stokes, looking to get the ball rolling here today. 0 for 2. He's played well over at first. Skies this down into right field. It's foul. Giving it chase is Espino, but it's about 15 rows back into the stands. This is sharp over to the shortstop. Barger sends it to first, and a 1-2-3 inning in relief for Yoel Concepcion. Sits down the side, 4-4 into the 7th in baseball town.
It's time for tonight's next delivery of the game. Our practice squad just picked up against
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike.
Mike Adams will get another inning of work here in the top of the 7th, looking to keep it a 4-4 ball game as Zach Cook fouls back the first pitch he sees. Adams gets Cook to foul one back on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. I think he took it to the shin there. And he's down in the count 0-2. Vinny Natoli getting into the game for the Big Phils. He's the guy that came over from the Blue Jays for Carl Ellison, who is actually catching for the Fisher Cats here tonight. Small world. Sends this foul up the first base side. Their first base coach tries to make a good play on it. That's the development coach, Matt Von Romer. He'll keep his 0-2 count. And a big swing and a miss off speed by Mike Adams. He picks up a strikeout here to start off the 7th. Here's Hugo Cardona. So Natoli comes in a 1-run game. Phillies up 5-4 over the Marlins, top of the 6th inning. Going to keep that alive as long as possible. There's a first pitch strike, signs of bunt by Cardona. Tatum coming in at third. We'll see what he chooses to do with an 0-1 count. Sometimes you don't see them try to lay down the bunt after that. Here's the 0-1. Does keep the bat on his shoulder. 1-1. Way down and away. This ball breaks. 1-2 for Cardona. Just missing on the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball up the middle. Wendell Rijo on the run. A stretch by Stokes at first, and they get a bang-bang play. What range by this middle infield today, as Rijo fields it on the left side of the bag with his movement coming to third. All the momentum going in the wrong direction, and he still makes a great throw, and Madison Stokes a split. Out number 2 here for Adams. The top of the order, Cam Eden. First pitch ball, second offering is chased. The count evens 1-1. We're tied, both teams, 4 runs on 6 hits. Adams is looking to keep it that way. 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. Popped up, foul territory, first base side. Madison Stokes ranging over, and he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 frame for Mike Adams. Good defensive work, and he sits down the side in order to keep this tie. Stretch time here at the ballpark, and we'll go into the bottom of the 7th. The Fightin' Phils up to bat.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis throughout the 2022 season. Visit Alex's convenient website at brgpa.com and search for your perfect home today. His custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and he's there to answer all your questions. Call Alex today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 11 Savage Auto Group Fiesta Friday games during the 2022 season. eXp Realty Group and Alex Patansis, where every move matters. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Mike Adams, a 1-2-3 frame in the top of the 7th. He keeps this ball game tied at 4, and now the Fightin' Phils will look to take a lead. Everybody represents the go-ahead run. Jonathan Guzman, McCarthy Tatum, and Carlos De La Cruz are due up in this frame. Guzzi 1 for 2 today. Scored a run back in the 5th. Stole a bag as well as he sends one foul down 0-2. And now the Fightins will have somebody else swarming in their bullpen. The Fisher Cats stick with Yoel Concepcion. Up and away. Guzman holds off. 96 there from the righty. 1-2. That looks like perhaps Albertus Barber warming up, and perhaps another Double-A debut coming. Here's the 1-2. Up the middle goes Guzman. Candola over at first. He can't beat out the throw. Very close play for out number 1. And to the top of the order we go with McCarthy Tatum. Tatum's had a double and a run scored back in the 3rd. Neither of these teams really feel like there's energy right now. It's been a very interesting ball game. I mean, both teams have had solid pops of offense, stretches of good pitching. But I don't know what it is. I'm not sure I'm feeling the energy right now. Somebody just looking to get the ball rolling here. As Tatum takes a called strike, 1-1. A little bit lighter crowd, back to school, final weeks of vacation. Thursday night, people get up early tomorrow. We should have good crowds this weekend, though. Looking forward to one last big party at FirstEnergy Stadium as Tatum tied up downstairs 1-2. And looking forward to announcing the player awards for the season. Who gets the big prizes at the end of the summer for their play here in Baseball Town. We'll find that out on Sunday, as chosen by manager Sean Williams. 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So if I get everything right, let me think. It's the stolen base award leader and the strikeout award leader. That you can figure out on your own. But then pitcher of the year, big stick award, MVP. Here's the 2-2, down over to 3rd. Martinez backhands it onto 1st, and a stretch by Espino is good for out number 2. And now it is on Carlos De La Cruz. So what did I say? So pitcher of the year, big stick award, MVP, clutch player of the year, and the Broadway Charlie Wagner unsung hero. So I remember last year, Bryson Stott was the big stick and the MVP. Obviously, he's had such a fantastic season as De La takes the first strike at the knees. Pitcher of the year, Brian Marconi, was the closer. Recorded 16 saves. Now he's up in Lehigh Valley. Here's the 0-1. De La chases a strike downstairs, 0-2. The unsung hero was Madison Stokes because he played like every position for us, plus a great teammate. Like he was really, really great teammate and a leader in the clubhouse. Coming set. Glove at the waist, Concepcion down below the knees. It's a called strike 3, and there is a 1-2-3 inning on either side. So a run was scored in every frame but the 1st, and now the 7th. Tied at 4, on to the 8th we go in Baseball Town.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
For top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands brought on by the pandemic, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
To the top of the 8th we go, tied at 4 runs and 6 hits apiece as Albertus Barber makes his AA debut here for the Fightin' Phils. As he sees John Aiello, a first pitch ball, Addison Barger, and Orelvis Martinez also due up. Barber leaning down, his right arm dangling. Now he has his glove at his waist. And here's a 1-0. In for a strike on the corner. Adams finishes 2 innings of work, 2 hits, 1 run, no walk, 2 strikeouts on 25 offerings. Barber looking to keep this tie. Hits the inside corner, and he's got him 1-2. Just joining us a couple days ago on September 7th from High A Jersey Shore. Had a good time out there. And said he was really excited to get the call up to AA. Down and away, and the count evens at 2. 23 innings of work this season, a 2.75 ERA. Came off the 60-day IL on June 25th, so about half a summer of baseball here. But he's making it count, certainly. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and he gets him to chase. His first AA strikeout as they go around the horn with it. Albertus Barber picks up out number 1 to start off the 8th. And now he will see Addison Barger. Barber, 26 years old, played at a couple different colleges out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I heard him talking to Tyler Henson, our hitting coach, earlier, because they're both from Oklahoma, and they just found that out when he got called up here. First pitch inside to Barger. 1-0. Big leg kick, rolls this over foul, and the count evens at 1. He's got an interesting story if you read about him online about how he ended up being signed by the Phillies. Was out training at Driveline. Scout happened to be there today. He was pitching a bullpen. Here's a 1-1. Wasn't feeling well that day, but he still rallied, still put on a good performance. And they really liked that resolve out of him too. I mean, a good pitcher, but he's got that mentality to succeed. Here's the 2-1. Big aggressive swing. He makes Barger look silly. 2-2. Trying to keep this ball game tied. So we are in the top of the 8th, 4 runs apiece. Barger leaning over. He keeps the baseball in his right hand. Now he comes set, glove at the waist. Here's the 2-2. Down in the dirt. We'll go again. So was signed back by the Phillies as a free agent in 2019, so pitched a little bit in 2021, and here in his second professional season already in AA. The payoff pitch below the knees, and Addison Barger will take a free pass down to first with 1 out. Here is Orelvis Martinez.
Number 11, Orelvis Martinez.
Fisher counts of somebody else warming up in their bullpen as well. This is a fly ball skied out to right field. It's foul. Ortiz chasing over, and it ends up in the stands. He hustled to get over there as quick as he could. The bullpen scattered. Adam Leverett took his chair with him. You got it. If Jalen's coming over, needs that space to make what could be an important catch, but it's well out of his reach. You got to applaud the effort there. It ends up just being a very long strike to Martinez. Fightin Phil's got an early 2-run lead. They've been going, I feel like we've been playing ping pong with the Fisher Cats today. Every time Reading gets a run, they get a run. Reading gets a run, they get a run. And we're stuck at 4-4. Martinez takes a 91-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs for a swinging strike, and he is down 0-2. Barber comes to that glove at the waist. Out of the stretch here, the 0-2. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. It's going to get through past a diving Jonathan Guzman. And that'll put 2 on and 1 out here, Sebastian Espino. Force out at every base, which does make it easier to work with here. Iser coming out, giving the signs to his team. From the right side, here is Espino. 2 on and 1 out. Tied at 4. Barber fighting to keep it that way. The first pitch inside. Espino is having a good game. Home run, RBI double in the 6th. Counting for 2 of the Fisher Cats' 4 runs today. Foul, dribbler near the Fisher Cats' dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Addison Barger walked to reach. He moved over on Martinez's single, so there's 2 on. And just 1 out. Chip back foul by Espino. He falls down in the count. No wind at all here as the sun has set that flag out in center field hanging by the pole. It's a little bit humid outside, but it's very pleasant to watch a baseball game here in the final days of summer. The 1-2. Oh, he doesn't get the call on the outside corner, and the crowd is letting Ray Valero have it here. Good frame by Herbert Iser. He liked the pitch. He gave Barber the nod, but it moves to 2-2. And he gets him to chase down and away. Strike 3, so he gets him on the outside anyways. And he picks up his second AA strikeout for out number 2 here in the 8th. And he can take a deep breath. Still has 2 on, but looking for out number 3 against Will Robertson. Robertson takes a called strike on the outside corner. He's 0 for 3 today. Barber, a leadoff strikeout, then a walk and a single, has put 2 on. And 2 out here in the 8th. Nobody scored in the 7th, which was only the second run, ending without any runs. 2 through 6 had runs, at least on one side, as Barber misses outside. 1-1. He's looking to keep them quiet here in the top of the 8th. The Fightin' Phils walked off game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, and they shut out the Fisher Cats in game 2, so they lead this series. This is skied out to center field. De La Cruz racing over, back, and he can't get to it. It drops back behind him, and 1 run will score. No play at the plate, 2-run score. The Fisher Cats up 6-4 on Will Robertson's RBI double. First lead of the game for the Fisher Cats. 2 outs with a runner in scoring position here for Carl Ellison. Adam Leverett starting to throw in the bullpen here for Reading. First pitch ball inside, second one misses inside as well, 2-0. When the Fightin' Phils come up in the bottom of the 8th inning, they'll have the heart of their order, Rijo, Ortiz, and Corridor due up. They're only down by 2. Barber looking to not make it any more here. Looks back at second, above to Ellison, 3-0. Of course, the home team will bat last. There's a called strike. Staying in this at-bat is Albertus Barber, not ready to let it go. Will Robertson double to reach? He's out on second. There's a big swinging strike, 92. Out of Barber, and the count is full. His 2 outs have been on strikeouts so far in this 8th inning. He's getting higher on his pitch count, though. 27th offering impending. Here's the payoff pitch, and he gets Ellison, strike 3. Well, he picks up 3 strikeouts, but he does allow 2 runs to cross on 2 hits and a walk. And so the Fisher Cats have taken a late lead, 6-4 over the Fightin' Phils, but it's Reading's turn to bat.
And see some of your best fan photos.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the R-Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other R-Phils fans, see an R-Phils road game, meet with an R-Phils player, and see 2 Philadelphia Phillies road games. The White Star R-Phils fan road trip visits Erie and Pittsburgh, Thursday, July 28th through Sunday, July 31st. You see the R-Phils at Erie, meet with an R-Phils player or coach, then head to Pittsburgh for a tour of the city, including the Incline, and a ride on the Yankee Clipper riverboat. You will attend 2 Phillies games versus the Pirates on Friday and Saturday before traveling home Sunday with a stop at the Flight 93 National Memorial. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star R-Phils fan road trip to Erie and Pittsburgh. Space is very limited. Sign up today.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Fisher Cats heading to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 8th inning. New Hampshire took a 2-run lead in the top half, so they lead 6-4. But the Fightins have the heart of their order up. Wendell Rijo, Jalen Ortiz, and Aldrum Corridor trying to come up with some runs to cut into the lead. Need at least a base runner to do that, as Wendell Rijo struck out 3 times today. Will take a first pitch called strike. The last one, though, was an automatic called strike 3 for stepping out of the batter's box too many times. There's a rule now, 2 for the batter, 2 for the pitcher. And it doesn't mean it's a strikeout, it means it's an automatic strike, and it happened to be strike 3. Rijo takes one outside, 1-1. There's one outside again. Concepcion finishes with 2 really nice innings of work. He struck out 3, and he sat down everybody he faced, so he'll pass the ball over here for the bottom of the 8th after 24 pitches. Just down and away. Good take by Wendell Rijo. He's up 3-1 in the count. Juan Nunez on the rubber. 26 years old, another guy from the Santo Domingo area in the Dominican Republic. Rijo settles in the righty batter's box. Here's the 3-1. Up and away, ball 4, and that's how you start a rally with a walk. Gets himself on first base.
Right fielder number 13, Jalen Ortiz.
Here's Jalen Ortiz. He's had a bang-up day at the plate. A triple, a single, both of those scored a run. That was his 100th hit of the season. Also walked and scored a run. Every at-bat has been productive today as he takes a called strike down at the knees, looking to at least move Wendell Rijo up over. He represents that tying run as the Fightins are down by 2 today. Bottom of the 8th, running out of time. Although technically time is unlimited. This one over the helmet of Ortiz. He has to duck down. 1 ball and 1 strike. 6 outs, I should say. Running out of outs. Rijo out on first. Ortiz takes a big swinging strike, missing a fastball. 1-2. Jalen skies this into right field, playable for Robertson. It's there to make the catch. Out number 1. Here is Aldrum Corridor.
Designated hitter number 20, Aldrum Corridor.
First pitch ball here to the lefty batter. 1 for 3 today is Aldrum. Down at the knees, this hits for a strike. 96 on the radar gun. 1-1. Aldrum waiting in the lefty batter's box. Wendell Rijo out on first, 1 out. This is below the knees, 2-1. Mike Jones coming over to say something here to Rijo at first. Nods his head, and he goes back to his first base coach's box. Shuffles off the back. We've seen a couple of stolen bases today. More from the Fisher Cats than from Reading, but Jonathan Guzman had one. Here's the 2-1. Corridor sends the sharply back foul. You can hear it hit off a seat back for a strike. Check in on the big club with the Phillies playing the Marlins. My computer will update for me. Maybe not. There we go. They're still up 5-4, top 7 at CBP. Here's the 2-2 inside. 96 again. It's a full count. Wendell Rijo out on first. Corridor looking to get things moving as he splices this down the left field line foul. Lehigh Valley won the first game of their doubleheader. Now they're trailing 8-1 in game number 2. It's the top of the 5th of 7 innings. Jersey Shore leading 4-0 over Aberdeen. They're in the top of the 9th, and they're at home, so they just need 2 more outs to secure that victory. 10 hits to the Ironbirds, just 2. Rickson Wingrove has had 2 home runs. He's driven all the runs today, and both times he scored Kendall Simmons. That's kind of fun. Clearwater was rained out tonight. They'll have a doubleheader tomorrow. Runner on first, 1 away. Here's the payoff pitch to Aldrum Corridor. Fly ball left side. Again, foul. Last time he had a 10-pitch at-bat, which ended up with him striking out. This one's going to be at least 8, and hopefully ends in a different way. Corridor fouls this back into the net behind home plate. He'll keep his count.
Thank you, safety end.
Aldrum fighting here. 3-2, up and away, ball 4. He works a 10-pitch at-bat into a walk. And that puts 2 on and 1 out for Kevin Vicuña. And are they going to pinch run for him here? They might. Manager Sean Williams is coming over. A couple guys available off the bench, but they're going to go with Johan Rojas into pinch run here at first. For Aldrum Corridor, obviously manager Sean Williams recognizing the significance of this late in the game. Rojas at first now, Rijo at second. 2 of these guys, these are the 2 fastest runners on the team here. And Kevin Vicuña up at the plate with just 1 out. Reading wants to take the lead now, at least tie it up, but if they could take the lead and bring Levin to close it. But they will, they need at least 2. Try to tie it up at 6. So Rojas out at first as Kevin Vicuña sends this sharply foul back. He is 1 for 3 today. And I think little Johan Rojas Jr. is in the crowd tonight. His baby born just probably about a month and a half ago. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the 0-1 to Vicuña. A wild pitch gets away from Carl Ellison, and both runners are going to advance, and Ellison is lucky because that was about a foot away from going inside the dugout. It could have been a dead ball. But he saves it just before it goes in, and that puts 2 in scoring position. Tying run out on second. And now Vicuña just looking to keep the line moving here. Down by 2 in the bottom of the 8th with Juan Nunez on the rubber. 1 out on the board, and that eliminates really a double play, a ground ball double play. A traditional ground ball double play. Here's a 1-1. In for a strike. Oh, inside. No call on the inside corner. 2-1. Kevin had a nice doubleheader yesterday. Had hits in both games. They're moving the center fielder Cook to the right a little bit. 2-1, checks his swing. Doesn't go around, 3-1. Herbert Iser waiting in the on-deck circle. Reading looking to bring some runs in here. They haven't left many runners on base today. They've only had 6 hits. Both of these guys reached on walks. Here's the 3-1. Vicuña sends this down the third base side. Foul. Full count. Rijo walked to reach, Aldrin Corridor walked to reach, and Rojas came in to pinch run, and then a wild pitch put them on third and second respectively with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Fisher Cats lead 6-4, but hopefully not for long. Payoff pitch, it hits Kevin in the helmet, and it goes into the stands. That's how sharply it was. And he seems okay. He's going to take off his stuff, and he's going to walk down to first on a hit-by pitch. So all 3 free passes for the Fightins. 2 walks and a hit-by pitch will load the bases with 1 out. Here is Herbert Iser. Now, that does set up the force everywhere, but Reading being gifted this inning. What can they do with it? Here's Herbert Iser from the left side. Pair of strikeouts and a fielder's choice. That did drive a run back in the second. Bases loaded, 1 out. Sends this back foul into the stands. Tying run on second. Go-ahead run on first. It's Rijo, Rojas, Vicuña. Left to right across the diamond here. The 0-1. Iser chases a 95-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the 0-2 to Iser, and he dropped third strike. 1 run is going to score, and he's safe at first. He chased a fastball way, way up, and it got past Carl Ellison. And the base runner's paying attention. Everybody advanced. The bases are still loaded with 1 out, and the Fightins down 6-5 now, and manager Cesar Martin, I think, has seen enough here. He's going to come out. They've got somebody up in the bullpen as Madison Stokes is coming in. It's 6 New Hampshire, 5 Reading, with the bases still loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they are going to go to the bullpen here. So we will take a break and allow the reliever to warm up. The Fightin' Phils not saying die, not just yet. Andrew Bash comes out of the bullpen here for the Fisher Cats. He inherits 2 runners and 2 outs as Iser ended up striking out, swinging on that, but it was a wild pitch that allowed Rijo to come home. And so the Fightin's down 6-5 here. It's Rojas on third and Vicuña on second. Inside. So a swinging strikeout for Iser, and then the wild pitch is what allowed the runners to all advance. And Stokes takes 2 balls here from Bash, who is working with quite a jam. Madison looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. There's ball 3 outside. Jonathan Guzman waiting in the on-deck circle. They've got just Jack Conley and Ethan Wilson available on the bench today, I believe. They don't pinch hit a lot here. 3-0 inside, ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk will put Madison Stokes on first. And for the second time today, the Fightins have the bases loaded. They've got the tying run on third in Rojas and the go-ahead run in Vicuña on second. Yesterday, Guzman came up big with that hit in the bottom of the 8th. It's the bottom of the 8th again. Maybe it'll work out. He's already had a hit in this game as well. 1 for 3, Andrew Bash. First pitch, in at the knees. Just looking for Johan Rojas at least to come home. This is a big opportunity for Reading. They've had the bases loaded twice in this frame. And it's really been all on free passes. They've been issued 3 walks and a hit by pitch and 2 wild pitches. 0-1 way inside, 1-1. You know, so that's good patience. It's still putting in the work. It's still getting the right outcome that you want. Down by just 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking to unleash as the ball from the bullpen gets away. There's Jack Conley down there, so definitely not pinch hitting. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 1-1. Outside, good take, 2-1. Rojas, Vicuña, Stokes, left to right across the diamond here. 2 outs on the board. Here's the 2-1. Guzman takes a swinging strike on a fastball, 2-2. Reading picked up a run as a wild pitch scored Wendell Rijo. Two-two. Slow roller over to second. Cardona makes the play at first, and that will end the frame. The Fightin' Phils do pick up 1 run. So they're down by just 1. They'll go to the 9th inning with Adam Leverett trying to keep it this, and then they'll have the bottom half to walk it off here in Baseball Town. Adam Leverett will enter out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen, and he will try to keep this just a one-run lead for the Fisher Cats, up 6-5 here as Zach Cook rips one foul. And then the Fightins will work for their second walk-off of the series in the bottom of the ninth inning after doing so yesterday, although don't think it'll be Ethan Wilson since he's not in the game. Chance for a new hero. Cook looks to lay down the bunt, but takes a strike, bringing it foul 0-2. Alberta Sparber finishes with 1 inning of work, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts on a total of 28 pitches. Lev deals a big swinging strike, 92 on the inside, and there is out number 1. Fightin Phil's pitching staff have struck out 11 combined today. I was actually just talking with our pitching coach, Matt Hockenberry, about a record for the Fightin Phils that they have in strikeouts, 1,271, but set back in 2019. Now, coming into this game, the Fightin Phils are 55 away from tying that all-time record. Well, now they are 44 away as Cardona takes a swinging strike. Leverett working quickly out of the bullpen. A called strike of the knees, 92 again on the fastball, and he's got him 0-2. Adam made 12 starts before turning to the bullpen here, and he's been very impressive. 0-2 inside. Really like the spontaneity of it all. That's where his 7 scoreless appearances have come from. He's even recorded 3 wins for the Fightins. Comes set, glove at the chest. The righty kicks and fires home, and this actually hits Hugo Cardona. I think it's on his right hand, because that's what he's trying to shake off. He'll get a free pass down to first, but first the trainer, Luke Green, and the manager, Cesar Martin, are going to come in. Trainer feeling his right hand here, so somebody will be on first, whether it's him or somebody else, on a hit by pitch. Top of the 9th inning. He's going to stay in. All good. Taking off his elbow guard. He'll jog down to first. And a runner on and 1 away for Adam Leverett as he sees the top of the order and Cam Eden. That's a shame because he had him 0-2. But the crowd happy, he's okay. Nobody wants to see an injury on either side.
Left fielder number 6, Cam Eden.
Here's Cam Eden. 0 for 3 with a walk and a stolen base and a run scored. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Fisher Cats. They have made an error in the field. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Fightins. Stranded 7 on the base pass today. 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. This is upstairs, checking his swing, but not going around is Cam Eden. The Fisher Cats have left 4 on the base pass. They are 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Pickoff attempt over at first. Back in time. 1-0, sent foul into the Fisher Cats dugout, 1-1. So tomorrow night's game will be another 6:45 start of Friday night in Baseball Town. We'll see Andrew Painter, the Phillies' #1 prospect and number 25 on the overall pipeline list, versus righty Paxton Schultz. And this is 6:45 post-game fireworks, as well as a post-game concert and happy hour. 1-1 inside. Iser pops. Could throw to first, but he doesn't. Leverett taking a beat. 2-1, line down to left field, foul. Phillies going into the bottom of the 8th at CBP. They're up 5-4. Looking to hold on to that lead. Already leading the series 2-0 against the Miami Marlins. Runner on first is Cardona. One away for Adam Leverett. Ground ball. Guzman to Rijo. Over to first. The throw is wild, but it bounces right back to Madison Stokes. So they can't turn two. They do get the leading runner at second in what'll be a fielder's choice. Because runner stays at first. Actually, he went into right field. He ran that far. And it came off the dugout sweet netting of the first base side like a slingshot back to Madison Stokes. And luckily it did, because the runner's still at first. 2 outs here for Adam Leverett as John Aiello comes up. Looking to put up a 0. Smoked foul into the stands. Aiello in on the left side against the righty Adam Leverett. Eden shuffles off the bag. Pickoff attempt, the tag at first. Very close there. Eden was taking a heck of a lead with 26 stolen bases on the season, but he does get back in time. This is a fly ball out to left field. Kevin Vicuña is there, making the catch, and out number 3 on the board. The Fightin' Phils and Adam Leverett put up a 0 in the top of the 9th. It is rally time at the ballpark. They're down 6-5 to the Fisher Cats. But when they come up in the bottom of the 9th, they'll have the top of their order to work with. It's rally time here at America's Classic Ballpark. The Fightin' Phils are down by just 1 run. So this is what we need, a bloop and a blast. That's what we need here for the Fightin' Phils to walk it off against the Fisher Cats, down 6-5. They'll have the top of their order, McCarthy Tatum, Carlos De La Cruz, and Wendell Rijo due up. Tatum 1 for 4 today, but a big one, a double and a run scored as he fouls back the first pitch that he sees. Adam Leverett kept the Fightin' Phils in this game with a clean top of the 9th, giving them a fighting chance here in the bottom half. Reading already has a walk-off in this series with one in game 1 of the doubleheader. Tatum takes one outside, 1-1. They've had 7 total on the season. That was the first against the Fisher Cats. Ethan Wilson bringing in Johan Brojas. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, chasing a pitch down and away. Tatum down 1-2. Andrew Bash still out on the rubber after finishing the 8th inning for the Fisher Cats, just getting that final out to Jonathan Guzman. 1-2. This time he holds off on a breaking ball, checks his swing, but he doesn't go around, and it evens at 2. The final line for Nunez could have been a lot worse. The Fightin' Phils did not take advantage of his free passes. Just got 2 outs in the 8th. No hits, but he did allow a run on 2 walks and a hit by pitch, and 2 wild pitches. Here's a 2-2. Tatum takes one way inside, and he's got himself back in the count. Now it is full. Tatum, bat on his shoulder, the payoff pitch way outside, ball 4. All right, I said a bloop and a blast, but a walk and a blast will do. We'll settle. Here is Carlos De La Cruz coming up on the right side, looking for his first hit of the game. Technically 0 for 4, reached on an error back in the 5th. Got a runner on and nobody out. De La takes an offering at the knees for a called strike, 93. And the catcher, Ellison, almost throws the ball into the outfield. Tatum out on first. He's got some good speed on him. You've got to be a right mix between aggressive and careful, because you're an important base runner. You're the tying base runner, and you don't want to lose that, but you need to score here. Here's the 0-1 to De La, holds off on a breaking ball down and away. He's been using that slider to get people to chase, but Carlos holds up. Crowd cheering on the hometown team here. They're looking for something electric to happen. Who's it going to be? De La Cruz sends this deep down the right field line, but it is foul, and it ends up in the stands for strike number 2. Fightin's 5 runs on 6 hits. The Fisher Cats 6 runs on 8 hits with 1 error in the field. They do have the only home run of the day coming from Sebastian Espino back in the 4th, but a bunch of extra base hits on either side and a lot of walks and a lot of strikeouts. Here's the 1-2 to De La Cruz, upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fightin' Phil's batters have struck out 11 times. The Fisher Cats batters have struck out 11 times. Tatum out on first. Carlos De La Cruz lines this into left center field. All the way to the wall it goes. Tatum racing to third. He's being waved home. No play at the plate. This game is tied. Diving headfirst into home is McCarthy Tatum. He scores from first on an RBI double for Carlos De La Cruz, and it is 6-6 in the bottom of the 9th. Man, he golfed out right at the knees, sharply into the gap in left center, and it went all the way to the wall, and you got to give Tatum credit for that hustle. Headfirst dive into the plate. And De La Cruz comes up big. Now, the go-ahead run is out second. Wendell Rijo a chance to walk it off here for the Fightin' Phils. Looking for their 8th walk-off of the season here in front of a hometown crowd that has stuck it out tonight. Almost 4,000 fans here on a Thursday night in baseball town. De La Cruz out on second. Nobody out here, Rijo. Looking to keep the line moving. Takes a called strike down at the knees. Tough day at the plate, 0 for 3. He did walk and score a run in the 8th inning, which brought them 1 run closer. It sure did. Came in on a wild pitch. Every at-bat important here. Rijo in at the right side. De La Cruz out on second. We're tied at 6. This is chipped to short. De La Cruz is not going to move as Barger makes the play to first. And there is one away. And we're going to see Jalen Ortiz here. Ortiz has recorded the RBI single in one of these walk-offs. That was back on May 13th versus Bowie. And Johan Rojas in the on-deck circle here since he pinch ran for Aldrim Corridor. He's going to have to bat next. Good part of the order here for the Fightins. We'll see if Jalen can get it done with the runner on second and one away. At the very least, we're seeing extras here. But I think we're ready to walk it off here and now. De La Cruz coming up big with that double to score McCarthy Tatum. Tied at 6. Here's the 0-1 to Ortiz. Takes a hefty swinging strike down and away, 0-2. If we have to see the 10th, which, fingers crossed, should be Adam Leverett coming out of the pen. De La Cruz taking a lead off of second. Here's the 0-2 to Ortiz. That one he holds off on, down and away. 1-2. Crowd on their feet, as am I here in the press box. Chance to be a hero in this game. One-two. Ortiz strikes out swinging on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs. And now here is Johan Rojas as he looks up to the sky. A chance to get the job done here for the Fightins with 2 outs on the board now. The go-ahead run at second. And here's the thing. Johan Rojas has scored the runs on the last 2 walk-offs. He hasn't had a chance to get the hit. We'll see if he can get the hit now. Outside, a ball. De La Cruz got some speed. He can score from second, but at the very least keep this line moving. 1-0 here to Rojas. First AB of the game. Came in as a pinch runner, so it's not a pinch hit opportunity, but obviously getting that hitting shoes on, the offensive juices flowing. Skied out to center field. Cook coming in. He makes the catch, and that will end the inning. The Fightin' Phils tie it up enough to send it to extras. Carlos De La Cruz comes up big with an RBI double. It is 6-6 to the 10th we go. Second extra inning contest here in this series. Free baseball at FirstEnergy Stadium as we enter extra innings for the second time this week. Reading won the first time with a walk-off by Ethan Wilson. We'll see what happens here as we enter 6-6 into the 10th. Adam Leverett is going to get another inning of work. And they're going to pinch run here. The new guy, Angel Del Rosario, just joined the team like a couple hours ago. And he is in to pinch run for the final out, which is John Aiello. So he'll be out on second. That's the ghost runner that everybody gets in extras. And Addison Barger up at the plate. Leverett looks back. First pitch is a ball. Second one downstairs, 2-0. No sign of movement of the bat from Barger. Doesn't look like he's going to try to bunt or anything. Obviously, the Fightin' Phils will have that placed runner as well. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Lev hit a batter in the 9th, but he got out of the inning clean, putting up a 0 on the scoreboard. Looking to do that again here. Fightin' Phils tied it up off the bat of De La Cruz in the bottom of the 9th. They had that go-ahead run on second with nobody out. And Rijo grounded out, Ortiz struck out, and Rojas flew out to center field. So that was tough going. 3-1 here to Barger from the left side. Del Rosario taking a lead off second. Leverett steps off. Being careful not to balk there. Three 3-1. Fouled back in the dirt. 3-2. Oh man, I missed what happened in the Phillies game, but they are trailing 6-5 to Miami now. Payoff pitch is lined into right. Is it fair? All the way to the corner. Ortiz fires to second, and Addison Barger has done everything for this team today. An RBI double gives the Fisher Cats a 7-6 advantage. Third double of the game. Third RBI. He scored twice today. He's walked. And that couldn't have been more than a hair fair. So another runner out on second here. Nobody out for Arelvis Martinez. Obviously the Fightin' Phils will have that runner, and it will be Rojas, which is good. This is popped up back to the backstop. Iser coming over, and he makes the basket catch right at his hip. At the last possible second, he turns his glove from facing the sky to underhanded right at his waist, and that is a big out pickup right in front of the netting behind home plate. Just at the last second. So here's Sebastian Espino with a runner on second and one away. So Rojas will be that place runner, then Vicuña, Iser, and Stokes, all more than capable. But they'll need at least one to tie and two to win if we can keep it that way. This is fouled by Espino into the net behind home plate. He is 2 for 4, a home run and a double. Phillies down 6-5. They're in the top of the 9th at CBP. And they will have the bottom half, obviously, but they've got to get out of the top half first. There's a ball, 1-1. 1-1 down in the dirt. Iser keeps it alongside of him. Runner stays put. Runner on second. One out here for Adam Leverett. Looks back at Barger. Here's the 2-1. Slow rolled foul. Makes it 2-2. Barger doubled to bring in Del Rosa, the ghost runner, in his first Double-A appearance. Scores a run. There's a ball down in the dirt. The count is full. Reading took a 2-run lead back in the second, and since then, we flipped around all over the place, scoring runs in every frame but the first and the seventh. Right now it's 7-6 New Hampshire. Payoff pitch, and he gets him to chase on a breaking ball down and away, and Leverett picks up a huge strikeout. Out number 2 here for Will Robertson. 2 outs with Barger on second. Robertson had that big 2 RBI double back in the 8th. That's what gave the Fisher Cats an initial lead, breaking the 4-4 tie. Fightin's tacked one on in the bottom half. They tied it in the bottom of the 9th. Now the Fisher Cats again have the lead 7-6 in the top of the 10th. First pitch ball to the lefty bat. Here's a 1-0 fastball inside, misses 2-0. Hit the 3-hour mark here in Reading. 2-0. Right at the knees, a called strike for Lev. Working his way back into this at-bat. Adam looks back at Barger on second. Now he comes home. Back foot slider misses 3-1. Fly ball out to left, probably getting the 67 club for strike number 2. And it is a full count here. Lev has them in back-to-back. Luckily got the out with a strikeout. We'll see if he can do it again here with a runner on second and 2 away. This is chipped to second. Rijo backhand on to first, and that will end the inning. The Fisher Cats do pick up the run off the bat of Addison Barger. They're up 7-6, and Reading has the exact same situation as the bottom of the 9th. 1 to tie and 2 to walk it off. We'll be right back. Bottom 10 coming up in Baseball Town. Bottom 10 down 7-6 to the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, and the Fightin' Phils will look to rally here in Baseball Town and try at the very least to tie it up, but hopefully to walk it off they'll have Johan Rojas as the ghost runner. I don't think you could have a better guy out there to run for your team, as Kevin Vicuña, Herbert Iser, and Madison Stokes are due up, and Andrew Bash still out on the rubber for the Fisher Cats. A wild pitch gets away from Carl Ellison, and that's going to send Rojas over to third. And so the Fightin' Phils have their tying run 90 feet from home, and a guy that has stolen 57 bases. 57. The first Phillies minor leaguer to do that since 2009, steal at least 50. And as a pinch runner in this game. Flew out to end the ninth. That's why he gets to run now. The infield coming in. Vicuña lines this into right field. That's going to drop in. Tied up at 7 in the bottom of the 10th. And for the second straight day, Vicuña is clutch. Perfectly placed in shallow right field. Robertson couldn't get to it, and easy for Rojas to come home. 7-7 in the bottom of the 10th. So at the very least, we're seeing 11. But ideally, we're ending this now. Here is Herbert Iser with a runner on first. Iser takes the first pitch ball. 0 for 4 today with 3 strikeouts. Although a wild pitch in his last strikeout did allow a run to score. Now he chases an off-speed pitch. 1-1. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Fisher Cats. They're going with Bash through and through. The Fightin' Phils have somebody up in case we see the 11th. Not necessary to see the 11th, but just in case, you got to be prepared. I think it's Aiden Anderson. Running out of people, to be frank. There's a ball outside, 2-1. And honestly, the Fisher Cats are probably running out of people too, because they dug into their bullpen just as much as Reading did yesterday. Vicuña out on first as Iser takes ball 3 outside. If he can at least push Vicuña into scoring position here, even if he creates an out, get him to second. Stokes and Guzman on deck, although Wilson and Conley are available on the bench today. Outside, ball 4, and Iser works a walk, and that's good enough to push Kevin Vicuña into scoring position. End it now. Here's Madison Stokes. He is due for it. 0 for 3, took a walk back in the 8th to load the bases. If you're gonna get one in the game, this is the one to get. He's got Vicuña on second, Iser on first. There's nobody out. Just trying to keep the line moving. Fightin' Phils and the Fisher Cats tied at 7 in the bottom of the 10th. Reading is not saying die. Stokes lays down the bunt perfectly back to the pitcher, makes the play to first, but he pushes Kevin Vicuña 90 feet from home. He sacrifices himself for the sake of the team, and he does so beautifully. Lays it down right in front of the plate. A sac bunt will bring the go-ahead run 90 feet from home, and it's on Jonathan Guzman to do it. Infield's going to come in. Vicuña on third, Iser on second, 1 out here. Bottom 10 tied at 7. Every move that Reading has taken, New Hampshire's countered it. Can't give them a chance here. Guzman smokes this foul into the stands. Strike 1. 1 for 4 today. A single, a stolen base, and a run scored back in the 5th. Did have the bases loaded in the 8th and grounded out to end the frame. So another opportunity to be the hero now. 2 on, 1 out, bottom 10 tied at 7. The Fightin's trying to walk it off. 0-1. Down below the knees, 1-1. 7 walk-offs at home for the Fightin' Phils this season. Can they make it 8? The crowd is waiting for them, too. Not really dissipated. Coming set, Bash. 1-1. Guzman sends this into short right field, coming in, and Vicuña is not going to tag. And a wild pitch. No, a good coverage by Bash. It was a wild throw, but the pitcher was back behind the plate. And now we are back to the top of the order with McCarthy Tatum. Man, an emotional roller coaster today. Well, we're tied at 7, so this game's within reach for the Fightin' Phils. They do it now, or we keep going. Here's McCarthy Tatum with 2 on in scoring position and 2 outs, bottom 10. Tatum takes one inside. Walked and scored that tying run in the 9th. Also doubled and scored in the 3rd. It's been pretty electric at 3rd as well. Just joined us in the back half of the season. Coming set, glove at the chest, Bash down to the hips. 1-0, Tatum. Diving play. Does he make the catch at second? Cardona robs the Fightin' Phils. To the 11th we go. Tied at 7. I can't believe he made that catch. It was so well struck off the bat, back behind the bag. 7-7 to the 11th. Aiden Anderson coming out of the bullpen for the Fightins. All right, to the 11th we go here in Baseball Town, tied at 7. Aiden Anderson checks in for the Fightin' Phils out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. The runner will be Will Robertson out on second. Both of these teams have had plenty of chances to win this game. I mean, really, so many. And Carl Ellison will lead off the Fisher Cats. It's their 7, 8, and 9 batters if they choose to bat them. Robertson out on second as the place runner, Anderson. Ellison lays down the bunt. The pitcher is going to make the play at first. Stokes slipped, but Rijo covered, and there is out number 1 on a sacrifice bunt by the catcher. He puts the runner 90 feet from home. We've had a run, as I said before, in every frame, but the 1st and the 7th. The infield's going to play in here. They'll go for the play at the plate with Zach Cook up and Robertson out at third. Leverett finished 2 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on 33 pitches. This is outside ball 1. There not many people left in the bullpen on either side. Honestly. It's the guy that threw. I mean, people threw yesterday. Everybody threw yesterday because of the doubleheader. We are nearing position player pitching territory. Now, Anderson can handle probably 2 innings of work depending on pitch count, as Cook send that back. Maybe 3 if needed, but trying to think if I'm missing anybody in my brain. Outside, 2 and 1. So Adams pitched, Anderson's in. Baker pitched yesterday, Barber pitched today, Lehman pitched yesterday, Leverett pitched today, McKay yesterday, Schultz yesterday, Seelinger, and Sullivan yesterday. There's a called strike at the corner, 2-2. And the same thing for New Hampshire. You know, they don't have any, they've got Braden Scott. And that's probably the guy that's in the bullpen. Same situation over there. 2-2 upstairs above the letters 3 and 2. Sacrifice bunt by Ellison moved the runner to third, tied at 7, top of the 11th. The Fightin' Phils have been into extras 10 times this season. This is the 11th. This is chopped back foul into the net behind home plate. He'll keep his count. They've been to the 12th twice. So they played deep. Infield in, the payoff pitch, roped foul down the first base side. I guess somebody could go back-to-back days. Payoff pitch, back foot slider, misses inside, and that will put a runner on first. Now, putting the runner on first does create a force play, and therefore a double play ball would be in action. So I would think the infield backs up here because you can turn 2 with 1 swing of the bat. So a walk puts Zach Cook on first. And here is Hugo Cardona that made the inning-ending play in the bottom of the 10th, robbing McCarthy Tatum. Runners on the corners, middle infielders playing straight up, corner infielders at their bases. Outside by Anderson, 1-0. I didn't think about that. Somebody could pitch back-to-back days. There's a couple guys that didn't go deep. Andrew Schultz, 18 pitches. Billy Sullivan had 19. Obviously, nobody that pitched today could pitch again. Here's a 1-0. In the dirt, a wild pitch. Iser cannot even find it. And that scores a run. 8-7. How many wild pitches have been in this game? Quite a bit. I think I can see that on the box score. 2, 3, 4, 5 wild pitches. And that makes it 8-7 Fisher Cats. And advancing to second is Zach Cook, so a runner in scoring position, and it breaks up the double play ball. Here's the 2-0. That's in for a strike at the knees. Fightin' Phils took a 2-run lead that was back in the second inning, and since then it's been a wild game. Anderson trying to catch the runner off the base path. But back in time is Cook. If you're watching on my screen, it's not Zach Cook up to bat. That's what the video board is showing. That's incorrect. It is Hugo Cardona up and Zach Cook on second. 2-1. Smash to right field. Ortiz covering a lot of ground. It ropes foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. When the Fightin' Phils come up in the bottom of the 10th, inning, it will be Jonathan Guzman to run, Tatum to run, and then De La Cruz, Rijo, and Ortiz. So they will have the heart of their order up when we get there. Top of 11. 8-7 Fisher Cats. Anderson misses outside, and it's now another full count. 11th extra inning game for the Fightin' Phils this summer. Payoff pitch, smoked foul. First pitch of this game was exactly at 6:48, so well over the 3-hour mark here in extras, but obviously that's expected. It's extra innings. I can look up in the middle of the break what our longest game of the season has been. Here's the payoff pitch down in the dirt, ball 4. And that'll put the force back on. Back-to-back walks by Anderson puts first and second. And to the top of the order they go with Cam Eden. And we'll see a visit from pitching coach Matt Hockenberry. So that will give me a second. Okay. So longest extra inning game time was 3:58 versus Harrisburg on April 20th, 12 innings. That was like the second week of the season. So that is the official longest game of the season. 3:58. I don't want to get there. Hockenberry coming out with Iser and Anderson here. None of the infielders coming as well. Three hours and 20 minutes right now. Meeting at the mound, broken up. There's an out on the board. A runner on second, Zach Cook. A runner on first, Hugo Cardona. And here's Cam Eden in the batter's box. The Fisher Cats have taken an 8-7 lead, so there's that too. Sometimes this just be the way it goes. Fight tooth and nail for every win. Fresh count, and it's a ball downstairs. I am impressed with the people who've stayed because it's a Thursday night. Some of these people must be working tomorrow. Runners going, the throw down by Iser almost is into the outfield. And a double steal. Puts runners on second and third. Good stop by Rijo. Cook to third. Cardona to second. I will say the base running has been good. This is shot out to left center field. And it is out by the scoreboard. A 3-run homer for Cam Eden into the top of the 11th. And the Fisher Cats break open this ball game 11-7 in the top of the 11th. Eden, his 10th home run of the season, and it's a big one. Cam Eden, a 3-run blast, clears the bases, still one out on the board for Anderson. And now the Fightins are down by 4 here, and that will prompt some leaving from the stands here. Now, of course, the Fightins will have the bottom half. Obviously, it's not over even remotely. This is a ground ball to third. McCarthy Tatum makes a play over to first, and there's out number 2. And they'll have their heart of their order when they come up, so that's promising for the Fightin' Phils. Just as quickly as New Hampshire can score 4 runs, so can Reading. I mean, that's been the name of this ball game. Addison Barger has had 3 doubles in this contest and 3 RBIs. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. This is shot up the middle. Rijo can't get to it, and a base hit will keep this inning going. 4-hit day for Barger. I mean, I know it's the 11th inning, so everybody's, racking up their ABs. That was his 6th at-bat of the game, but still. Here's Orelvis Martinez with a runner on and 2 away. Only Sebastian Espino, who's in the on-deck circle, hasn't come up in this frame. This is lined foul into the left field grandstand. Still a handful of people over there. This inning started with a sacrifice bunt that pushed Robertson to third, and then he came home on a wild pitch to break the tie 8-7. Back-to-back walks issued by Anderson put 2 on for Cam Eden, and he smoked the ball into left center. And Orelvis Martinez will send this into shallow left. Making the catch is Kevin Vicuña, and it ends the inning, but the damage is done by the Fisher Cats. They end up scoring 4 runs on just 2 hits and 2 walks and a wild pitch. And now we are down 11-7 in the bottom of the 11th, but the Fightin' Phils have their heart of the order due up. Down 11-7 in the bottom of the 11th. The Fisher Cats put up 4 runs in the top half with Cam Eden's 3-run blast. And now Gabriel Ponce will come up here in the bottom of the 11th. As quickly as the Fisher Cats score 4 runs, Reading can certainly do it. That's what we've been seeing this game. McCarthy Tatum will be the inherited runner out on second. And Carlos De La Cruz will take a first pitch strike. And here's the first guy of this extra inning contest who pitches on back-to-back days because Ponce pitched in the doubleheader yesterday. De La Cruz slices this into the stands, down 0-2. Bottom 11th for the Fightin' Phils. So gonna chip away at this lead, down by 4. De La Cruz stays alive, fouling it back. He's had a big double back in the 9th inning that sent us into extras, tying it up at what at that point was 6-6. Fisher Cats got a run in the 10th. The Fightin' Phils got 1 in the bottom half to send us to the 11th, but now a 4-run inning for the Fisher Cats. Chipped foul off the helmet of Carl Ellison. He'll keep his 0-2 count. Andrew Bash finishing with 2 1/3 innings of work. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned because it was the inherited runner, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Ponce getting the sign from Ellison back behind the plate. Tatum shuffles off the bag, and De La Cruz strikes out swinging for out number 1. Unproductive out as the runner stays on second. Here is Wendell Rijo. Rijo sends the sky high into shallow left. Eden coming in, Barger going out, but it's the left fielder who makes the catch for out number 2, and now the Fightin' Phils have their final out on the board, runner on second. 2-out rally for the Fightin' Phils, down 11-7. Fisher Cats have lost 10 straight, and they are attempting to shatter that right now with the, I don't even know what to call this, an interesting victory. There's been a run in every inning but 2, and we're in the 11th. The lead has changed hands. I can't even count anymore. Jalen Ortiz comes up. He takes a swinging strike. I didn't even put 11 innings in my scorebook. I only put 10. That was my bad. Change that for next year. 2 outs on the board. Tatum on second. The Fisher Cats, a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 11th. And Ortiz takes a swinging strike, so Reading down to their final out here. Final strike. Ponce looking for the victory. 0-2, up high. We'll keep going. Tomorrow night's game, another 6:45 start. Andrew Painter, Phillies #1 prospect and #1 pick on the rubber versus the righty Paxton Schultz. 1-2 down in the dirt, a called strike 3, and that will end it. Jalen Ortiz is rung up looking. And that will end the game here. The Fightin' Phils drop to the Fisher Cats, 11-7 in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 11th, jeez. That was so much. The Fightin' Phils scored 2 runs in the second. And then from there, back and forth the entire way. Fisher Cats 11 runs on 11 hits. The Fightin' Phils 7 runs on 8 hits. Every time Reading tied it up, the Fisher Cats were there. Reading had plenty of opportunities to take the win. They went 4 for 20 with runners on. Actually, I think it'll be 4 for 21 there with McCarthy Tatum. And Fisher Cats get the job done. They snap a 10-game losing streak with 4 runs at the top of the 11th. And that will send us to tomorrow's game. Reading still leading the series 2-1. We'll see tomorrow 6:45 here at the ballpark for game number 4 of the series. Fans, thanks so much for tuning in for an interesting one. Your final score, Reading 7, New Hampshire 11.